Very exciting announcement today. Opera GX. I love this browser. I'm so glad they reached out to me. So this is an internet browser that I've worked.
Yo. What's going on, peoples? What's going on, everybody? Today is a special day. Today is an absolutely special day. Now, Mario Cristobal, it's official. It is what it is. We knew this for a minute now. So, hey, let's embrace him. Let's give him time, get his team together. Now he won't be coaching the bowl game. There's information out on Jeff Simpson. He's going to be coaching the bowl game. Basically, he's Manny's replacement for the moment. And I heard T-Rob is coaching the defense, and Rob Likens will be coaching the offense. So we'll see what those guys are made of during that bowl game. That's tough. Now, today's format is going to be an open mic. I'm going to put the link in the chat, and you guys going to come in, give your thoughts and opinion on Mario, possible DC, possible offensive coordinator, all that good stuff. Now, for all you naysayers out there that for months now, Mario ain't coming to Miami, Phil Knight money, Nike money, all that bull, come on in and talk your trash now. Now, Florida State fans been talking all that recruiting bull, all that, y'all ain't got nothing but 8 commits and this and that. Come talk your trash now, because we about to shut down South Florida. Don't be scared now. Don't be scared now. But anyways, let me put this link in the chat. Like I said, today's show, I want you guys' opinion, how you feel about this hire. I know how I feel, but I want to know how you guys feel. I'm loving it. Absolutely. Put out a video a little bit earlier of Mario speaking Spanish, no shots at the old coach, but I heard he didn't know how to speak no Spanish. You know what I'm saying? From my Hall of Famer on set, somebody ain't know how to speak no Spanish, but hey, that boy Mario came in, they asked him to speak a little Spanish at the podium. He did a thing. Hey, man. The link is in the chat. Jordan Bowman, you're not even a Miami fan, but I guess I could listen to what you got to say. What's going on?
What's up?
What's going on, man? So you're a Clemson fan. We took your AD. Now we got Mario. A lot of y'all was, y'all ain't getting Mario. Y'all ain't got no money. What's going on now? What's up?
Well, I'll tell you, I was shocked. Well, not now. When the official announcement was made, I wasn't shocked. But like since we had that conversation, and I was skeptical, but like I listened to Bud Elliott on Cover 3, I think, and he's an FSU guy, and he said when he said there might be more to it than most people initially thought, I was like, oh, well, I believe them. So I have had a change of heart in between that time and now, but I was wrong in the moment, and so I'm gonna own up to it. I didn't think at the time Miami would be able to draw Mario Cristobal there, but props to him, and props to the administration, even though you didn't have an AD at the time, for getting that done. So that's huge.
Hold on a second. Let me address this Florida State fan. T2Y, we won the soccer championship. Shout out to FSU women's soccer. Let's go, baby.
Hey, Clemson men's soccer is in the college cup too. We're about to play Notre Dame.
Let me say this about Florida State and women's soccer and all that. Florida State was a women's school, so them winning something, the women winning something is no surprise here. Shout out to that all-girls school up there in Tallahassee. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate you coming in here, letting us know some information that
I think Norvell gets fired.
That none of us cares about. So thank you for letting us know something that none of us care about. So for you, Mr. FSU fan, here you go.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you,
we don't care.
It's like Gamecock fans when they talk women's basketball, and talk about how good their women's basketball program is. It's the same thing.
All right, so Jordan, I'm gonna bring you back on in a little bit, but I want to get some Miami fans to talk. So,
all right,
I'll bring you back in a little bit later. All right, so Anthony, floor is yours, man. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Honestly, I'm excited we hired Mario, but I'm gonna wait and see how he builds his staff, and I'm gonna see if he. Do you think he's still far behind? Like in terms of. Do you think can he recruit behind the scenes before he got hired, or is that illegal by chance?
I'm not sure how that works, but him being far behind in recruiting is absolutely wrong.
No, can he recruit for us? Is that illegal?
Oh, absolutely. There are kids right now. There are kids right now that with the news being broke that Mario is coming to Miami, a lot of those kids has set up official visits to Miami. You got to realize a lot of these kids has not signed anywhere, so
So you
it's
think
still
we can
possible
have?
for.
You think we have a chance to flip Fagans back from Alabama, or do you think he's a done deal with Alabama?
I'm not sure on Fegans. I do know one Pacific guy that we're not even in his top 3 or 4, but somebody gave me some info, and he's a 5-star kid, so I know he's pretty much
What
gonna.
position? Offensive tackle, defensive tackle?
I'm not going into all of that, but basically he's gonna flip to Miami. He
Yeah.
basically was waiting for Mario Cristobal, and he got his news, and now he's gonna flip to Miami. Not putting out no names. Hey, kids change their minds every day. So
Yeah.
if this were to happen and he changed his mind, then hey, T2I get butchered. And another thing too, I would never ever put out a kid's name, who they're committing to. That's their glory to down to the end. So
And on T2 Wyatt, as a Hurricanes fan, I understand why people want Muschamp, but do you think he's too old school in terms of the way he sets up his defense? That he's not really a guy who can adjust to the spread offenses that the college game is moving towards, or do you think he's smart enough to adjust, being that he's been working with Kirby Smart in is he with Georgia or Alabama?
Muschamp is with Georgia. I think he's a defensive analyst, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not correct on that, somebody will put it in the chat. But I do believe he's with Georgia. I think Sergeant A.R. 10 is in the chat, so he can verify his position at Georgia.
Yeah. That's what I'm wondering. Like, are you worried that if we hire Muschamp, our defense is going to be far behind in terms of?
I see. Hold on a second. I see Earl Little's name in the chat. The guy that I'm talking about is definitely not Earl Little, but hopefully Earl Little do come to Miami. But it's definitely not Earl Little.
This is my 2 combinations. I want your honest opinion. My first combination is Joe Brady and Tosh Lupoy, and then
listen. This whole process, I want you guys to give your candidates. I don't have a candidate. I haven't put that much thought into it. I've seen the Joe Brady name being thrown around. I've seen some other guys on the defensive side of it being thrown around, but me personally, I haven't formed a list yet. I haven't did that extent of a homework. So
because you're so focused on the head coach,
I was focused on the head coach. I was focused on the AD and all that good stuff. So now that
did they already did they do a press conference for Radakovich?
Nah, not yet. Today's press conference was for Mario Cristobal himself. Now, some of you guys may have saw it. It was I think it was on Channel 10. If not, you could have watched it through a stream. Somebody sent me a stream and I watched it. So appreciate them.
Slim Shady says Muschamp is a special teams coach at Georgia.
Yeah, I think he's also still getting paid from South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. But
yeah, and honestly, like I said,
Adam Nolan says, please no Joe Brady. Why not? I mean, hey, what's wrong with Joe Brady?
He was able to propel a 1-year quarterback in Joe Burrow into the NFL, Adam. So to be honest, I would like Joe Brady, but I understand why people look at his. And honestly, for me, I say this multiple times. I think there's certain coaches that are meant for college, and I think for me, Manny Diaz is more of a pro coach. To be honest, he's not really a college coach because he does not know how to recruit. I think he would be more suited for the NFL. Do you agree? Like in terms of being a coach in the NFL, not because he doesn't know how to recruit well. To be honest, he's not a strong recruiter.
Now hold on. Let me ask the guys in the chat this. Normally, I put the stream key in the chat, and you guys could come on like Anthony is right now on the stream. Should I also put a number up so you guys that maybe can't do that, call the number and get in? Let me know in the chat.
So T2Y, what are your thoughts on what I said? Do you think Manny Diaz is one of these guys that is more of a pro style, like a pro coach that's more
You said Manny Diaz?
Yeah. Do you think he's more suited for the NFL than college because he doesn't seem to be a strong recruiter?
Wait, time out. You said Manny Diaz to the NFL?
No, as an assistant, not as a head coach, but like an assistant coach or something like that. Do you think he's more of an NFL style coach? That's the one criticism that we've had with him, that he's not a strong recruiter and he doesn't keep on the kids. That's why we lose a whole bunch of big recruits until recently with Leonard Taylor and James Williams and stuff like that, and Avante and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Do you think he's more of a pro coach where he doesn't have to deal with the recruiting side and having to go into the high schools and stuff?
I mean, if push comes to shove as an NFL, if Manny's an NFL guy, he still got to scout. He still got to pick out talent. If he can't recruit it, I don't know. I don't know where to go with this one. I don't think Manny is NFL material, period. I don't even think he's college head coach material at Power 5 level. Maybe group of 5 and down. But that's a tough question, boss.
I got an honest question because you made that statement, Anthony. What's your reasoning or what's your evidence that Manny Diaz can't recruit?
No, because I've heard fans complaining that he doesn't stay hard on kids. That's why the past few years we've lost big time recruits like Patrick Surtain or something like Patrick Surtain.
Okay, I'm not talking about hearsay. I'm talking about proven evidence, because the evidence states actually the exact opposite. Manny Diaz brought in the 12th ranked class with a 6-6 record. That's a minor miracle.
No, the consistency of – I'm saying he doesn't have the consistency of bringing top-level classes like that where you have multiple –
Hold on now, Slim. Manny didn't bring in that class. We, the fans, did. Also, COVID-19 making everybody stay at the crib did.
That was last year's class, and that was even higher ranked. That was the 11th ranked class. He's brought in 2 top 15 classes out of the 3 he's been there for. This one, everybody's talking about the low numbers. 6 out of the 8 are in the ESPN top 300. So no, there's not quantity. There's not a bunch. Which, if you listen to the recruiting quote unquote experts, they say Miami's not bringing in a big class anyway this year, 12 to 15 tops. So out of the 8 that he does have, 6 of them are in the ESPN top 300. So he's got the quality there.
No, let me clarify what I mean by quality. I'm talking about the 5-star kids that we lose. I'm talking about the 5-star. Until recently, we've never kept the top-level kids, which are 5-star kids like Leonard Taylor or James Williams here in Miami. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the top-level kids, like 5-star kids from South Florida. They always go to Alabama, Clemson.
Okay, and until you get to the point where you're on Alabama's, Clemson's level, that's where you get most of them. Now, you do realize there's only about 27 or so 5-stars in every class. Like, that's it. Nationwide, there's less than 30 5-stars.
No. So I'm looking too much into the 5-star portion of the recruiting?
I think so, yeah. And like I said, considering what he's done pretty good to get his hands on. He's done a lot better than 3/4 of the country. Do I expect Alabama to be? I mean, don't forget, he beat out Alabama for James Williams and Leonard Taylor. Beat out Alabama, Georgia, and Clemson.
That's why I'm saying the consistency of bringing that top level. he doesn't have the consistent track record of bringing those 5-star kids that are in South Florida, like a Jerry Judy or something like that, to Miami. Like we've had.
Now, what I see a lot of, Manny Diaz was a linebacker coach, but yeah, he can't recruit a decent linebacker.
That's when the top level linebackers the past few years from South Florida is that's the criticism I'm seeing as well. Like he couldn't recruit that position, and he was a linebackers coach. Is that worrisome for you, Slim Shady?
Not really, because he almost got a 5-star linebacker from California year before last. So,
Justin Flo?
Don't forget, Justin Flo was about 2 minutes from coming there. So, once again, I don't need hearsay. I don't need hearsay. I don't need, well, this person said, I need evidence. And there is no evidence that he can't recruit. As a matter of fact, there's evidence to the exact contrary. Now, I do think now don't get me wrong, Mario is a much better recruiter than Manny is. As good as Manny's done, Mario's even better. I don't doubt that for a single second.
No, my mistake. Let me correct. I'm not saying he's not a good recruiter, but what I'm saying, do you think his style of coaching is more suited for the NFL than college? Because what we've heard from people saying that he doesn't stay on the trail for certain talent. He doesn't have the patience to stay in constant contact with some of the top level recruits in South Florida. There has been evidence from even the parents of some of the top level recruits saying the perfect example is Earl Little. His father said Manny didn't keep in constant contact with him. That's why he was leaning towards Alabama.
Okay, well maybe Manny thought that Earl Little didn't fit what they were trying to do. You do have to recruit. You also do have to recruit to the style of offense or defense that you're running, depending on the player.
Oh, okay, so it's more the scheme fit is what you think he wasn't.
It's a balance of all of it. Take this as an example. Georgia recruited Justin Fields just so they can recruit a 5-star, highly ranked quarterback. Justin Fields had no business in Georgia's offense because their offense was not geared towards Justin Fields' talent. But they recruited him just to have a high-ranked recruit. Well, I mean, why? It's a waste of a scholarship.
So he's more of a spread. He was more fit towards the Ohio State offense, is what you're saying, like that spread, open wide.
And now I'm not saying Earl Little Jr. isn't fit for. I don't know. I don't keep up with recruiting that well. That's just my line of thinking with it. Okay, if he's not going after him, must not think he fits the style of play that they're looking for.
Okay. But
El Guapo in the building. What's going on, El Guapo? El Guapo, it sounds like you over there at the office filing some papers, man. What's going on? All right, I think El Guapo is helping Manny move, so we'll move on. So how you feel about the hire, Anthony?
Like I said, I'm wait and see till I'm gonna be wait and see with him to see who he puts around him in terms of his staff and stuff. And what I've heard from Oregon fans, he had a history of mismanaging during games, so I want to see if he can improve that portion. If it isn't, I don't know what to think. Like if he doesn't improve that, and he's been at, or is that worrisome for you, Slim Shady, with Mario? that the one criticism that Oregon's fans had was he was horrible with game management and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's why I got off of Mario wanting him as a coach a couple of years ago. That and one of the knocks against him at Oregon is they're not a fan of the staff he put together. I'm not a fan of the offensive coordinator that he had at Oregon. I wasn't very good. I didn't think he was good when he hired him. And that's why I said yesterday.
You there, Todd?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
Hey, Todd.
What's going on?
Hey,
How you feeling about the Mario Cristobal hire?
I love it. I absolutely love it. I know one of his coaches is already coming with. His O-line coach has already talked to our offensive linemen. So that'll be a big plus.
I heard he's bringing the mustache with him too.
But you know, my biggest problem with Manny is beyond the field. He let players get away with too much. You would never see him getting vocal with them. You see, when they commit a penalty, you'd see Ed Reed being the one coming over and talking to him.
Manny was too much of a player's coach, is what you're saying?
Yeah, way too much. No discipline whatsoever. And that's not teaching these kids the right way. You know, even Jimmy Johnson was a player's coach. But at the same time, Jimmy would say, do what you're going to do. Just don't get me that 15-yard penalty.
Erickson was a player coach to a certain extent, right? Dennis Erickson?
I don't have much good to say about him. I think this is the biggest hire we've had since Butch Davis. And you saw Butch, he would have been the national championship winner if he would have stuck around because he's the one who built that team.
Now let me ask you guys: did you guys see Manny Diaz's farewell message to Miami?
Man, that's going to cost him in the future, I think, of a big coaching job. That did not make him look good at all.
It doesn't look good to Miami fans, but if you watch ESPN, you watch Fox Sports, they're ripping Miami up and down. Miami looks bad the way they handled this whole situation.
Yeah, but
they handled it bad, though.
I agree they handled it bad, but at the same time, Franks is not used to handling that situation because usually you have an AD hired before a coach.
Normally, yeah.
Now let me ask you this: y'all think Manny is blind like Stevie Wonder? Because it was very superstitious writings on the wall, plain and simple. For the past couple of months, they've been trying to fire you. They've been trying to replace you. You've seen the headlines everywhere. Don't pretend like you didn't see it and know it was coming.
Well, after the UNC game, he knew it was coming. I mean, when he was looking at the stadium, that picture right there, he knew he was done after that game, I think.
Blake James knew he was done when he came out and they started booing.
And even if Manny did see it, the minute Blake James got let go, Manny should have known he was next.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. If Mario had told him no, they would have kept Manny.
And Manny would have been fine with that, though.
Yeah, and for me, there's a double standard when it comes to this type of stuff. We bash a program for hiring a coach when they still have a coach in place, but fans don't attack a coach for leaving. Like, why is there a double standard with that, guys?
Brian Kelly, Lincoln Riley.
I'm about to say, I don't think there's a double standard there. I've heard plenty of Oklahoma fans talking shit about Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, but just Oklahoma fans, not ESPN.
No, I'm talking about the media. I'm talking about the media, not the fans. I'm talking about the media. There's a double standard with the media that they bash the program for hiring a coach when they still have a coach in place, but they don't attack the coach for leaving. That's it. For leaving a certain situation and not sticking it out is what I'm saying.
All right, hold on a second. Maiden Day with a $10 donation. I saw Manny at Publix today, but I went to another register. I didn't trust him bagging my groceries. Damn.
Oh Jesus!
Damn.
Manny did.
Hey,
Was it plastic or paper, whatever they call it?
what about what Manny did to Temple? He got some recruits there. He didn't even talk to the players. He just turned around and came right back.
Yeah, I did see some of the players from Temple basically said basically the same shit you did to us. We found out you was going to Miami through a damn tweet. Now, thank you for the $10 donation made in date. Appreciate it.
Oh, if we go back to that Earl Little, I think someone said in the comment before about that. Manny dropped the ball on that completely. Like, because if you watch the interview, there's an interview I think on YouTube. I forgot who it was with, but Earl Little's dad even said that Miami hard recruited his son, but Manny Diaz now once talked to him. How does that make any sense to a legacy kid of University of Miami? How do you hard recruit a kid, but the head coach never, not once, talks to him, talks to the parents or him? Because DeMarcus Van Dyke was the one that was hard recruiting him.
That's a weakness with Miami in general. We've had issues keeping the legacy kids at home, like legacy kids. Like
they've had a bunch of legacy players that turned out to be pretty bad though. Like Ray Lewis's kid, everybody remember that? He was pretty terrible.
Yeah, but he was never highly rated though. Like Earl Little's son is actually highly rated.
I get it.
I don't think y'all really know what we getting, man. This man is a way better recruiter than Manny.
Oh.
Like he ain't even have to. He ain't have to recruiter. This man is, and like if Manny was that good of a recruiter, Shamar Stewart, he would know where to go. He would lock South Florida down. This man gonna lock South Florida down. He know all the high school coaches. Man, this I'm just ready, man. I can't wait.
Oh no, totally. He's literally Butch Davis' junior, basically. And that's where he learned from, and that's why Butch Davis was one of the greatest recruiters.
He learned from Saban, actually.
No, but he was Butch Davis' grad assistant.
If y'all think that Nick Saban isn't still going to come into South Florida and get talent, you're nuts.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh no, he's for sure gonna.
He's going to, but it's gonna be hella hard now.
It's gonna be competitive.
It's gonna be hella hard now. It's gonna be hella hard. It was easy when Manny was there, but man, we got all the connection. We right here.
Yo, what is that?
I don't know. I'm hearing it too.
Kane football talk. Your mic is tripping. Yeah, your mic's full of static, bro. You're gonna have to fix that and come back.
Man, we about to get the number one JUCO player in the nation. Y'all ain't see that? That cuz from France?
The defensive tackle kid?
Bruh, that man is a monster. I seen him today at work. I was like, God damn.
Yeah. Well, when I look at Jeffrey Mbake, he reminds me a little of Raekwon Davis, like in terms of how he plays. Like that's
just
my
big. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think everybody agrees about Mario's recruiting ability. That's not the question coming in. The question with him coming in is his coaching ability, his ability to put together a staff, and the fact that the man's barely got a 500
He's put some
record.
good staffs. I mean, if you look back in his head coaching, you know how many coaches that he hired that are head coaches right now in Power 5 schools? About maybe 4 or 5. I mean, that doesn't mean a lot. Satterfield from Louisville's head coach. Jeff Collins, Georgia Tech's head coach.
Jeff Collins has never been under Mario Cristobal.
Yes, he was. For when he was at FIU.
Well, he already put this stuff together.
Wow. That's really the dark spot on Mario's coaching record, though. He was 20 games under 500 there.
But with a school that was winless prior, and he brought them to 8 wins and won the conference. I mean, that's pretty. We're talking about FIU. That's pretty good.
I mean, but you have plenty of small-time programs that still have good records.
And this was also how long ago? 2006.
Hold on a second. We got a $5 donation from Uncle Lou. Say, Slim, you should leave UGA out of this, sir.
You guys choked against Alabama, so
Beat UGA out of what?
Hey, Lou, since I know you love Miami, this one's for you.
Who said anything about UGA?
I don't know.
So
I don't know. I guess you said something about UGA. He said to keep UGA out your mouth.
oh no, we were talking about the bringing Much. I think he's
Muschamp. Someone mentioned Muschamp.
Oh yeah. They were asking about Muschamp earlier. Yeah.
Which that could be a possibility. I mean, I could see us keeping T-Rob.
Oh man, Uncle Lou, just go ahead back to your sister wife.
Ooh.
yeah.
That was harsh.
So guys, when it comes to Muschamp, are you guys worried that his defensive mentality is too old school? Like where it seems like he doesn't adjust. He's struggled adjusting to the spread offenses in today's college football. Are you guys worried that he hasn't adjusted that well?
I think if we can get them defensive tackles and defensive end, that'll take care of itself. You need to start in the trenches. That's where it starts at. Once you get it there, then everything
but
fall in
what I'm
line.
saying is, are you guys worried that his defenses don't seem to adjust to the spread offenses? He's more of the old school, like he's more of a run defense. He doesn't seem to like.
Can you hear me too, Chihuahua?
Yeah. Oh, you sound much better now.
All right, bet.
Are you talking about Muschamp, Anthony?
Yeah, Muschamp.
He runs more of a 3-4.
I mean, his defense has won the SEC East twice. I mean, they were elite when he was head coach of Florida.
He would be a big hire for the staff.
And how many elite offenses are in the ACC? Not too many elite offenses.
One second, guys. $5 donation from Bergie. You have to factor his recruiting ability with the resources now available to fund the staff he can put together. Big difference from previous staffs. Yeah, this is the first time to me that Miami is actually going all in on the staff, the football program, making updates. This $8 million a year, guys. We've never done that, and I didn't see it happening anywhere. But here, Mario's here. The budget went up. There's even talks about building a stadium, everything like that. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't see that happening in Core Gables. I honestly,
it could happen. You see him put Shalala in her place this morning.
Well, there's a big difference between smack talking Donna Shalala and thinking that the city of and I get what you're saying, but
he has money to do it.
That's fine. There's a big difference between, once again, smack talking Donna Shalala and thinking that the city of Coral Gables gives two fucks about what you got to say.
Yeah, they're not gonna allow that. A stadium right next to all those houses. Like, there's no way they're gonna let that happen.
Yeah, and realistically, do we know who he hangs the guy who's been bragging, saying he might be able to get a stadium, Ruiz, on who he hangs around with, like in terms of his group of people that he can convince to, like on the committees in these neighborhoods to allow him to build a stadium around there?
I don't think they can convince anyone. Ask yourself, if you live if wherever you live right now, would you want a stadium right next to your house? The most obvious answer is no.
You're not even allowed to cut your grass in Coral Gables.
That's what I'm saying. All that noise till what, midnight, 1 o'clock? If there's concerts, I mean, think about that. Traffic.
All them waspy ass old people would lose their shit.
Yeah,
No way.
I think the closest area we can build a stadium is Tropical Park.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me right now?
Yeah, we hear
you. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just making sure. Hey, look, I know it's off subject a little bit, but I just want to get into like the recruiting thing. Since we got Mario Cristobal, you get what I'm saying? Don't you think there's just two people I feel like we should go after? I don't know if anybody else agree with me, but I feel like we should go after Terrence Lewis and Jalen Hasselwood.
Hasselwood already committed, I think, to Tennessee.
Terrence Lewis said he was ready to commit now. Sign him up now.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
We
I'm
need
saying.
linebackers.
I had this honestly. I think the two offensive linemen that are committed to Oregon follow Mario to Miami, and Connor Williams and the other tackle, and maybe even the
I know Banks. I know Banks said he was going to be heading to Miami if some of the coaching staff came with them.
And we already got the O-line coach. Man, we making moves, man.
So who y'all think gonna be our defensive coordinator? Like,
1 second. $5 donation from Hurricane Millie. Ruiz said if it's not in Gables, it's going to be somewhere, and it's already in the works.
Now,
did he say anywhere specific?
I don't know of anything with defensive coordinators. That hasn't even been out. The only name I've heard is Brady for offensive.
Which I'm honestly not too high on.
I'm not either.
Like
Brady?
he's not as a maybe as a but not. I don't know. I'm not.
How about
He had one good season.
So who do y'all think should be the offensive coordinator?
I
Tom
think
Herman.
a sleeper could be Mike Shula.
How about Tom Herman?
He went to the same high school as Cristobal around the same time. He's a quarterback coach right now for Denver.
You can't keep Tom Herman out of strip clubs, so Tom Herman's no go.
Hold on, Hurricane Millie, appreciate the $5 donation, boss.
I made a little bit of money.
Appreciate that. Something about a strip club. Continue.
Somebody said something about Tom Herman. I said it's too much trouble to keep Tom Herman out of strip clubs. He's a no-go for OC.
All right. Well, does anybody on this panel speak Spanish?
Hola, ¿cómo está?
No.
Un poquito. Un poquito.
Is there anybody in the chat that speaks Spanish? Put a 1 in the chat if you speak Spanish. My girl's not home. If she was, I would have her translate what Mario said in Spanish today. But if anybody
would you guys be willing to bring offensive coordinators from the NFL?
Would anybody wants to come in to the chat and pretty much say in English what Mario said in Spanish? Let me know.
I mean, Joe Brady wouldn't be bad. Now you seen what he did with Burrow.
Yeah, but that was 1 year, and you don't,
how much of that was him?
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, don't forget, he was also co-offensive coordinator at LSU. There were two of them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
and I mean, maybe what he does just doesn't translate to the NFL. But I mean, the man literally just got fired for having a terrible offense in Carolina.
Now I did hear this about the Ruiz and the stadium thing. Liberty City Boy says Ruiz has Jimmy Johnson, DJ Williams, Alonzo Highsmith to the stadium committee.
Oh, I did see that on Instagram. Damn, like.
Yeah, and I'm Joe Brady to me is a perfect example of what happened with Adam Gase and Peyton Manning in the NFL. He got his name off of developing a young, like, 1 year. That's what scares me about Joe Brady and stuff like that. He got his name off of a Joe Burrow, and that's what happened with Gase and the Dolphins. We saw what he did with Peyton Manning in Denver, and that screwed us up. So that's what worries me about getting a guy like Joe Brady. He's still living off of Joe Burrow. And look what happened with
Mario is friends with Rob Jasinski. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if Mario calls Rob Jasinski to come be the offensive coordinator.
Do you think Chud would be Would you think Chud would be okay with being an analyst and having a young coordinator on the field and him being in the booth and stuff like that? Having Chud as an analyst, because I don't think Chud would be a good how old are Chud and him the same age, or is Chud a little bit older?
I don't know exactly.
I think they're about the same age. If not, Chud's like older by a year.
What about say somebody who's developed offenses or helped out the quarterbacks like a Dorsey?
That's an option right there.
Dorsey's the co-offensive coordinator for the Bills, so I don't know.
Dorsey's staying in the pros.
No, he's not. He's actually a quarterbacks coach and the passing game coordinator.
He's staying in the pros.
That's what I said. He's the co-offensive coordinator for the Bills.
And real quick, the thing on the board there, Brady didn't call plays at LSU. That's not correct. He handled red zone offense inside the 12. He handled third downs, and they had various other packages that Esminger had for Brady to run. So that's not correct. Brady did call plays at LSU. Not all of them, but he did call plays.
Yeah, and actually, who brought up Dorsey? Todd, did you say Dorsey? You would be okay with Dorsey? Actually,
Yeah, I brought him up.
Yo, who's playing ping pong right now?
Somebody playing air hockey.
I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, and for me, I would be okay with Dorsey because he actually said, like, during an interview that, and this is coming from a reliable Bills reporter saying he wants to be the OC at.
No, he never said OC. He never said OC. He said head coach.
Oh, head coach.
Look, as much as I love Ken Dorsey, I don't want him only because of the fact he still has never been a full-blown OC yet. We need a full-blown OC, and I think Mario knows that, and he's going to do what he can to bring in somebody that truly has experience. That's what I'm banking on. And again, I love Dorsey, but A, I think he's staying pro. B, I don't want another first-timer at the position. I want somebody established.
And that's where Rob Jasinski makes sense. He's very experienced. He's been the OC here before.
I've
heard the OC at Indianapolis too when they won the Super Bowl.
I've heard Chud's name come up, but things that I've heard were more of him taking more of a somewhat of a front office role per se, as opposed to actually being a field coach. So I'm not saying either or is going to come to fruition, but that's where I've heard Chud's name kind of come into play.
Yeah. And all I heard was that Mario and Chud were old friends, so it would make sense for.
Oh, they absolutely are. 100%. That's absolute fact.
Time out for a second. We got an interesting comment here. Thomas Manning. Mario didn't do what he requires his players to do. He didn't finish. I'm so disappointed in him as a man.
Yeah, well, football's football, and the game gets played, and you have winners and losers, and not everybody's Nick Saban, so get over it.
And we get to winning championships, we're going to be right at the parade with.
I mean, I hear stupid stuff like that. I'm like, it's a freaking game, man. I mean, nothing's perfect. The greatest of greatest lose. Serena Williams, greatest women's tennis player ever. Guess what? She's got a ton of losses on her record, too. It happens. People lose.
You know how it goes over here, Bergie. When people say stupid stuff, we get them the truth.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Look, I'm going to be dead straight with y'all. I've been probably one of the more skeptical people in the world with this whole situation going on. Not so much of Mario, but just with Miami, because I didn't believe that Miami would actually open up the bank and do what they're doing right now. I'm more than happy to admit I was wrong. They're doing what they're doing, and now I'm fully on the other side, and I'm on board with what they're doing, and I want to see what this school can now do with an open pocketbook. It's something we haven't seen before here, and hopefully it's going to open up a new era of football unlike anything we have seen here. Does that mean we're going to win national titles? I don't know. Does it mean anything other than we're moving into something more positive? No, because that's what it means. We're just moving into something way more positive than what we've seen over the last 20 years. And I'm excited about that.
Yep,
and Bergie, it's crazy. And I was watching. This is before the SEC championship happened last weekend. Alabama fans were calling for Saban to be fired. I'm like, are you guys that crazy and delusional that you're firing a successful coach the guy who brought you 6 championships. I'm like,
I mean, there were Alabama fans calling for him to be fired in 2019 too. You've got dummies in every fan base.
Yeah, I'm going to say those aren't really fans. Those are just people that are addicted to having something to bitch about. I mean, and somebody says I'm yelling. If I'm yelling, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. Maybe it's just my mic makes me sound louder than I am. I apologize.
Yeah,
And hell, even
when
LeBron.
I heard that, I'm like, what possesses? It's fanatics, but that's to the extreme, to where you're.
I don't even pay mind to that kind of comment when I see it. It's like here in the chat when you see things come up that are just ridiculous. Why give it legs to walk with? Just move on, move past it. Don't even worry about it.
El Chapo is an extreme troll for this comment. I'm just devastated that they fired Manny. I was just about to get back on the Canes bandwagon, but now I just can't. Manny was my second favorite coach ever at Miami.
So you like to be a loser.
Why do I think he's going to say Al Golden was his favorite?
Randy Stanton?
Hey, do y'all think Ed Reed keeps his same position?
No.
I don't know.
And
I don't know what his position is, honestly.
If I'm correct, didn't they mention something about Rudy Fernandez or somebody like that got labeled that position already? I don't remember exactly how that went down, but I thought that's what he said at the press conference.
And shout out to all the people that thought Ed Reed was going to be the new head coach.
Now they're calling him for become defense coordinator. So ridiculous.
Safeties coach.
Hey,
I'll say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say this, man. I just wanted to say, all honesty, though, I feel like this just showed Manny that, he just ain't ready for a head coach. As far as, defensive coordinator, I can't take that from him because he did put up numbers in that area.
He's not a good defensive coordinator.
But guess what? But
you got to understand, you can't take away that he brought a team that was, like us. Our defense before he got there was they were sorry.
All right,
the top 5 defense.
His defense when he left was worse than Golden's last year.
Exactly.
He posted the worst numbers of the 6 years that he's been here past year.
I'm not talking about 2021. I'm just talking about
you got to gauge it on. Where are you now? Where are you taking the team? Where he was taking the team was down the toilet bowl.
But not even that. But look,
I feel like
whose players do you have?
All I'm saying is best wishes to him. No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying best wishes to him. And I just really respected what he did try to do, and some of the things that he. There's some things that he did do. Though. You just go look at it.
He had Al Golden's players. Once Al Golden's players left, look what happened.
Hold on a second. We can't talk over each other, guys. So one at a time.
Yep.
Now, Manny Diaz defense was built off turnovers, right? 2017, we've seen all this turnover chain pop up, blah, blah, blah. And every year we saw less and less of that turnover chain.
Yep.
Turnover chain, the Florida turnover chain. How many times did y'all see that come out? The one that we had this year, I barely know what it looks like.
The Alabama game.
Actually, no. Manny's defense was built on sacks and tackles for loss, and 3 years in a row he led the nation in both categories.
Well, he's gone now, so it's over.
Wait, that's all. Wait. That's all I was saying.
Right.
What he just said. 3 years in a row he led that. He did do something. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, don't forget.
Who's got something bouncing in the background?
That was me. Sorry. I apologize. My bad.
Hey, don't forget, he also was close to leading the nation in missed tackles.
He did. Oh, he was second.
So how I feel about all that being said is, like I said, I wish the best of luck to him somewhere else. He finds something. Maybe he goes back to defensive coordinator and build himself back up again. But it was. All I say is best wishes is good. He tried it. It didn't work. Now we had to move on, which to be honest with you, like I was saying in comments, I like Mario Cristobal and I wanted Mario Cristobal. So I really was on that train. So I'm kind of glad we got him and I can't wait to see what we have. I really feel like our 2022 season going to be a little different.
I like Mary. I mean, good for Manny and all this, but I don't really feel too bad for him because he left with a big fat check, so he's going to be just fine.
Yeah, he gave us 52-10. So
now let me ask you.
Yeah, he definitely gave us 52-10.
that was dope.
Let me see where the fan base head is at. So
my
Mario
bad.
Cristobal comes in first year. What's the expectation in his first year from you guys?
ACC championship.
6-6.
Oh, Mario his first year?
Yes.
His first year, he gonna
No,
challenge.
well, I feel like
Has to go to the ACC
championship. ACC championship.
I am not making a prediction based on the fact that I've never seen this team with an open pocketbook. I want to see what he's going to do as far as a staff, what he's going to do as far as the things that he talked about with the nutrition program, with the strength and conditioning and things like that. And then after I see where that goes, then I'll worry about making a prediction. But there's a lot of other things that need to take place first.
Regardless of staff, regardless of any of it, 9 times out of 10, what tends to happen when you turn over your coaching staff in college football, you have a worse year than you did the previous year. It's just the way it tends to go.
Not many teams though turn over when you have a quarterback the way we do right now.
I don't know. I feel like the talent. I feel like the talent that we do have. I don't know. It might be a little different.
Let me ask.
Okay, I get the talent. Okay.
Let me ask everybody in the chat. Mario's first year, what you think his record would be in his first year? Let me see where your guys' mind's at. Go ahead, Slim.
6-6.
Nah.
I mean, you gotta.
I say like 10-2.
And here's why. And I'll use Georgia as an example. Georgia was a talented team when Kirby Smart took over, but his first year was worse than Mark Richt's last year. It's just the way I don't know why it works out that way. It's just the way it normally works out. Now, obviously, there are exceptions. But, I mean, Nick Saban's an exception. His first year at Bama was better than Shula's last year.
Well, I do know we in the ACC, right?
Yeah,
it's gonna be even weaker next year. Like that's the point. Like
our team gonna way better.
Hey, I will say we could have a 10-win season. And you got to remember, Clemson is losing their DC,
right?
So they're losing a lot.
I feel like the Texas A&M game. I feel like the Texas A&M game at this point. I feel like we might lose it to a close match, but I don't feel like we win in that one.
I think we could easily win 11 or 10 games, because Mark Richt literally won 10 games with his offense in this conference. Just think about that.
In his second year, though,
we won 10 games.
In the first year, correct?
In the second year, he won it, but still, with that offense, I mean, come on.
Well, his first year. Wait, didn't he? His first year in 2016, didn't he win? He won 9 or 10 games with the bowl game.
He won 9 games.
He won
9 games. Okay, I got you.
2017, he won 10 games.
Right, and then he lost the. Okay, I got you. I don't even want to ramble on that.
In 16, he was 8-4, and then he won the game against Virginia.
Understand? Correct. I stand corrected.
Hey, we got a whole bunch of tough games next year. Who the toughest games?
A&M and Clemson.
No, I'm saying them the only 2 tough games I really see on the schedule is Clemson and Texas A&M.
All right, so I got 2 more people in the back. I got too many on right now, so I got to drop 2 people.
All right, I'll get out of here. Hey, it's just let me finish by saying it is definitely a great day to be a King.
I appreciate that, boss. Thank you for coming on. Anthony.
Sarge, you are correct.
I'll catch you later, Anthony.
What? Catch you later. Bye, guys.
All right.
That's it.
All right. So we have Jamaican Kane. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
What's on your mind? How you feeling about the hire of Mario Cristobal?
Oh man, this is the main reason why I was reaching out. So I wanted to get in. I'm great with it. Here's the thing that the stuff that I want to address, though, guys. I'm hearing you guys go back and forth. I'm hearing that the national media took shots at Miami and everything like that. Guys, remember this. And it's not a cockiness. It's a fear. So Slim Shady, when you said they've been knocking us, They're knocking us for a reason. Yeah, we handled it the way we wanted to handle it. But guess what? It's good for it. We're not looking to hire another coach no time soon anyway. And Manny, guess what, Manny? You did it to Temple, and the stuff that we've asked you to do in your 3 or 4, 6 years here, you didn't do it properly. You made a lot of mistakes. Okay, the way you handled the whole recruiting process this year. Okay, the way the team is not prepared after buys or not prepared for the big game. I always use this saying, it doesn't look like an outfit. Look confused. Yeah, these guys played hard for you in the last 5, 6 games. You know why? And guys, I'm not being a hypocrite when I say this, because the right quarterback started playing. The young guys started playing. Injuries had to happen, Manny, for you to play the young guys. You trying to tell me, Manny,
Jamaican
that
King. One, Mrs. Sexy. Well, how you doing, beautiful lady? She says go H. What is H? Miss Sexy, let us know what H is in the chat. All right,
I have no idea. I just want to defend this. I just want to defend this university for what we did. Okay.
All right. Well, let somebody to call me out by name. Let me respond to that. Number one, the media rides Miami's nuts. Okay. We need to get past this. The media hates Miami, and the people that do the rankings hate Miami. They threw a team that we all saw was not worthy all the way up to number 2 in the country. So we need to get past all that.
But the reason why they did that, Slim, the reason why they
Coaches
did
that don't want to see Miami good again. Yes.
But the Slim, the reason why we became number 2 that year, we kept. See, it's not about they threw anything. It was hard for them to say we can't be number 2 when everybody else. The dominoes fell that year our way. That's all it did. It lined up. We knew we had a fluke quarterback. We knew we didn't have any running game. Our running game was.
1 second, Jamaican King. 1 second.
Hey, wait.
It says that Caneville reporting Joe Brady as offensive coordinator.
Woo!
Oh.
I want him to spread it all over the field. I want it all over the field. I want airborne. Yo, get excited, guys. We got a bunch of wide receivers that's going to do what he has.
Hey,
I hope he does better than he did at Carolina.
Hey, Slim, about that, the Carolina thing, guess what? When it comes to the NFL, these injuries happen way more often than in college. So if you have nobody to throw it to and nobody to actually throw the ball, your offense is not going to look as good.
I mean,
I'm ready for it, guys. Hey, I'm ready for it. Let's go.
I get what you're saying, but I mean, literally, the Patriots have won 6 Super Bowls with not a receiver that you can name.
Yeah, but don't forget. Oh, nice one, good comeback. But guess what? The defense backed that up, and then now are we comparing whoever? I don't care if it was the guy that's at the Washington coach now, but are you comparing anybody on that sideline to the big dog over there in New England? We're not doing that, are we?
I'm not comparing anybody to anybody.
Okay, but then you're
I'm just throwing out a fact.
Okay, but the fact that I'm showing out is that they were injured and they had nobody to throw the ball. So the defense stepped. No, hold on.
I absolutely believe you that Carolina had a bunch of. I mean, I'm a Tampa fan. Carolina's in my division. I see them all the time. I understand Carolina's got a bunch of injuries, but at the end of the day, what you've got behind those guys are still the elite of the elite in college.
Of course,
because they're professional football players.
Well, here's the thing: we got to hope for 2 things. And I don't mean to sound over cocky. Is if Mario is calling on Brady, he must see something. I believe in Mario. Number 2, we want this kind of guy. You know why, Slim? And if you use Miami fan, you should want this too. This guy's going to come in with a chip on his shoulder. Okay? Because you think he doesn't hear some of the noise? You think he doesn't have something to prove? We are at Miami. We do want stability, but he's probably only going to be here 3 years also. But while he's here for the 3 years, like lastly, he's going to spray it around. Okay?
I said I hope he does good. I'm not hoping he comes in and does bad at all. I was serious when I said I hope he does good.
Yeah, I know you, but you throw the little caveat in there. You threw the little caveat in there and said, well, I hope he does a lot better than what he did at Carolina. Guess what? It's no place for.
There is validity to the argument that, okay, he only had that 1 year of success at LSU and then turned around and fell flat on his face. There's validity to that argument.
It is some validity, but I'm not saying I'm the smartest person in the room, but I did give you the reasons of why this did happen. Guys, what we want is this type of guy. I either wanted him or I wanted Lies. Is that how you pronounce his name? Lies.
The only thing I'm worried about with Brady is that he doesn't have that much experience.
But he's motivated.
Oh yeah, totally. But it's one of those things that if he fails, this could be like an Enos, like where Manny Diaz has no control of the offense and hires a bad offense coordinator, and the whole offense, the whole season is completely
I just don't
destroyed.
even think. I think he's got enough experience. I
don't think he's bad, but no, he's never been an offense coordinator on college level.
That's a real bad example because
the best place to learn experience.
The Miami fan base wrong.
Enos.
I'm not using him as bad as like saying he's like Dan. I'm saying that Manny Diaz hired an offense coordinator because he's not an offensive coach.
Okay, can I throw something in? You can't use Dan Enos because Dan Enos has proven that he wasn't the problem. He went on, and now this past year he had top 15 offense with Maryland. So it's pretty obvious that anybody that played under Manny kind of got you. Look what T-Rob did to himself. T-Rob cost himself a ton of money coming here this past year because everything that he's worked for as far as building his reputation up went to crap this past year.
He was labeled as a big dog.
And that's on Manny because he played in Manny's system, and now it made him look bad. I'm not saying T-Rob is bad, but the impression left is going to make him look bad. So when he goes someplace else and he does better, it'll look better, just like Enos did.
Excellent
to me, T-Rob looked bad anyway because he was the co-DC at South Carolina, and their fucking defense was terrible.
I'm not going to discount that.
But look who he was getting at the defensive level. He's not. Right. That's not going to happen here.
Right. Well,
he was getting the third or fourth tier of guys that was going to SEC schools and not coming to his school. So now when shooting, you get those. We're not going to get that here. We're going to have our pickings.
But it's not, there has to be a marriage between what you want in talent and what you have in scheme. Now, everybody wishes they had the best talent, but at some point, you being the coach have to have a sound scheme. That's why you see a lot of these guys at some of the lower schools that are able to put on a good show with what they know because they're good coaches. And then when they do advance, they actually get a little better and, things happen because they have a solid scheme behind them. Unfortunately, with a guy like Manny, as we've seen through the years, he looks good for a couple of years, and then everything goes sideways, and it's back to square one.
That's a great point. And if you guys remember, Manny, I hate to keep saying I'm knocking him and kicking him, but we're here to make points, right? We're here to. I'm loving what's going on at my university today, so I'm going to make this point about Manny too. When Manny first took the job, the first year he was there, he inherited guys. Probably 85% of that roster made it to the league. Maybe 85% of the defensive roster that started made it to the league, guys. I don't know if they stayed a long time, but they made it. They got drafted. So after that, things started going downhill.
Yep, that's what I was saying before. Is that he had Al go to recruits.
That actually brings up a really good question because Miami absolutely tore Mark D'Onofrio to shreds. But yet we're sitting here praising all the players and saying Manny can't get credit for that because it was Mark D'Onofrio.
We knew some of those guys were good. It's just the way he was playing them, Slim. It's the way he was playing them.
I think that lends a lot more credence to what Sean Spence said last year in an interview, saying that no, the problem with the defense under D'Onofrio was the players, not the scheme.
Exactly.
Well, it's also proven that D'Onofrio wasn't able to show himself any better once he left. Remember, he went to Houston. He bombed out at Houston, and now he's at a high school, if I'm correct.
I love it, man. We got great guys on this board right now. You guys remember a lot. We know a lot. Very knowledgeable.
And I'm not trying to put down anybody's comments. Believe me, but again, that's why I said there has to be a marriage between scheme, coach, and player. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be at the top notch of the Division 1A level, but you just have to have something that works. The players that buy into it, and then things happen. And then obviously, if it does happen, you can advance your career and get something better.
I think Mario went and got this guy. If this is official and it's a done deal,
It
he
looks
went
like
to go
it.
get this guy because he's motivated and he could sell that to the recruit system. I'm bringing not only a guy that's going to be able to help this one and help that one. He's just in the NFL. Regardless if the coach gets fired or let go, they were in the NFL, weren't they?
Correct.
Are we knocking our defensive lineman coach? How did he get to? He didn't leave.
I am.
Well, I'm
The
just
one we have now. The one we have now.
Well, and,
no,
and
no.
I've
What
said
I'm,
this.
my
I've
point.
said this in several debates. Name
To
a
my
coach
point.
that's never been fired from a job.
Correct.
Great point, Slim. Great point.
Quick thing. $2 donation from Andy. Get Dorsey as quarterback coach and OC assistant.
Cause guess what? When this guy leaves in 3 years, Dorsey takes right over.
Dorsey is staying in the pros.
And see,
and you can't say.
I actually made
I
that
know,
very
but that's
same
what I think.
We didn't hear you. Say it
that
again.
very same comment when Manny was here about attach Ken Dorsey to his hip and you're training your next offensive coordinator right there.
Yeah, if Dorsey does come back at some point, it'll be for a head coaching gig where he's going to make big money, because right now the money that he's going to make in the NFL, colleges won't be, well, I don't want to say they won't be able to touch him, but I just think he just looks like he's really primed to make a run as an OC in the NFL level.
So while we're playing the what if game, is what if he mess around and take a position that we could have given him here, and he goes and take, because he's got to worry about his career, right? And he goes ahead and take that at, like, say, a Florida or a UCF, and he's killing at it. And
Right. No, well, look, I will never say never, and you are absolutely correct. I mean, there's every scenario in the world that could possibly come up. I'm only going off of what I know of right now. Right now, he's in the pros. He's doing very well with Josh Allen. Everybody's giving him rave reviews for what he's been able to do with Josh Allen and how he goes about himself in the professional levels, and that leads me to believe that that's where he's going to be staying for the time being, and it looks like, that's going to happen.
Okay.
Well, and the more time goes by, I actually tend to agree with that he might stay in the pros.
All right, Andy, thank you for the $2 donation. Appreciate that.
Let me ask the board something. We've never been like one to go out there and get a killer running back coach, because running backs fall off the trees in Florida like turnips. So my thing is in skill position. My thing is, who from you guys, just help me out. Who do you think is the best guy he's going to bring in here for special team? Miami, I've been saying this to everybody I've been talking to, everybody that's been doing this job that you guys are doing. I've been saying this. Miami need to be special again on special teams. We haven't been special on special teams in a long time.
It's Randy Shannon.
And we need to be special again in special teams.
Well, I know what you're referring to. You're basically referring to Devin Hester, and you don't get those guys.
No, not this Devin.
Travis Benjamin.
Not this Devin. Think about it, guys. We were special in special team by just doing certain things. Wasn't just Devin. Think about this for a second. Our guys are not aggressive anymore on these punts. Let me explain. Was it the Florida State game that we, instead of knowing where you need to be on the punt, when they was punt returning, we weren't able to get the ball on the 1 yard line or 2 yard line because we just weren't in place. These guys were sleeping on the job of coaching our kids up, and then when we're receiving the punt, we usually let this ball falls on the grass and bounce all over the place. When we want to coach them up to be aggressive,
right?
We haven't had aggressive guys.
I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say that I know who should be hired. I don't, and I'm not even going to try to pretend that I do. But I look at it like this: anybody will be better than what we have now. I mean, we have. Go
ahead.
I was going to say, we have to be better, even if we're better by accident. I just can't see how we can be any worse. That's just my thought.
Hey, how I feel. Hey, I'm about to say how I feel on the offense, man. I feel like our offense, with the running back, the wide receivers, and the quarterback, just the players by themselves. Because we got the coaches, but we also want the players to develop within themselves too. Because the players are still their own person. There's certain things that the coaches can't teach. The players have to go out there on that field and they got to do it themselves. You get what I'm saying? And so how I feel is, with the offense, I feel like long as them players, if we got the same players that's coming back from this year, you get what I'm saying? Tyler Van Dyke, Jalen Knight, Romello Brinson. My fault. I'm sorry on his
That's all
name.
right.
Who else? Jacoby
Smith.
George,
Rashard Smith,
You got
Rashard Smith.
Smith,
Restrepo.
Like we keep naming them. Let's just say Will Mallory. I would love for Will Mallory to come back next year.
I think he said he was already.
yeah, he coming back.
Yeah, that's great. That's going to really add depth. And then
Well,
I
Don
wanted to let
Chaney
you know.
back next year too.
Yes.
As
Dan Sherman need
yes.
to lose some. Listen, guys, Dan Sherman needs to get in tremendous shape. He needs to
Yeah,
get
I feel like he's going to get bigger.
shape.
Yes.
All right,
That's
We need
another thing, dog.
second, guys.
we need a real special S&C coach.
All right,
Yes.
hold on a second. Andy says, please, hire an experienced special team coach.
Correct.
Yes.
So appreciate the $2 donation. Andy, make this one real quick.
So I heard someone mention running back coach. I don't know if they're going to keep Hickson or not. I mean, it's not like he did a bad job, but
I don't think we should. I don't think we should.
Hear me out. A name that got thrown around, if it happens, I'd be real excited for, just because of the recruiting possibilities, is Jujuan Sider out of Penn State. Being a South Florida guy himself, that would be freaking monstrous. But again, it's just a rumor. I didn't have nothing to back that up. It was just something that was thrown out there that I said, yeah, I would go for it.
But you know,
if you're going to talk specifically a running backs coach, I'd like to see him bring in Tim Harris.
Time out. Speaking of running back coach, Lenore says Devin Hester, running back coach.
Hey, Slim, where's that guy from? Slim, where's that guy from that you called out?
Tim Harris, he was Miami Central's high school head coach for you. Tim Iceman Harris.
He was on.
He's a legend in Dade County.
He was already on staff a couple of years ago, if I'm correct, under Rick, I want to say. Was it under Golden?
Right? Not senior.
Yeah, it was under Golden.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I'm not saying he won't come back, but he was here.
It was only for like a year.
Yeah, I think he was in recruiting, if I'm correct. I don't think he had a position.
Hey, one thing that we could say, guys, is, Manny, it was hard. Listen, I give Lashley credit to come work for Manny.
I'm sorry.
Oh, stop it.
I'm sorry.
No, listen. One of the problems that Manny had is that most guys didn't want to come work for him when they knew a lot more than him. So they weren't willing to come work under him and just do by what he says all the time, because with Mario, there's a respect factor there. So I think he's going to get some of the best whatever.
Wait a minute. Okay. Since you brought that up,
I don't agree with that.
There's a lot of coaches in this country that know more than Mario, because Mario's never even been a coordinator.
That's not what I'm saying. There's going to be enough, but there's enough.
Mario was a coach.
No, but it's not. I understand what you're saying, but I'm talking about the respect factor, willing to come take that chance and come work for him, regardless if they know. But they were, some guys just didn't respect Manny like that. They just didn't.
Here, let me just. Sorry, I'll let you speak. Give me 1 second, just to counter that point real quick. Let's keep in mind that Manny brought in Jess Simpson, T-Rob, Shoop to be this guy to this guy, and then what would Manny do? That basically kicked them all in the butt. He named himself as DC, and everybody else became invisible. And it was more than apparent that Manny didn't do anything other than what Manny wanted to do on defense. And that's why this all blew up.
Got into a big fight.
Real quick. The hell with Manny. Joe Brady is officially the offensive coordinator for the University of Miami. How you guys doing?
That's a big
I'm checking everything. I don't see nothing confirmed yet, but I'm not doubting you, but I don't see nothing confirmed yet.
Trust the process, Berkey.
I know.
Hey, how I feel about Joe Brady?
My brother's sister's girlfriend's friend's father's uncle's sister's brother's boyfriend said so. I got you. I got it.
I've got an honest question, and I keep the same standard for Mario that I kept for Manny. He's the coach. I support him, and I'm gonna say the same thing again. 4 or 5 years minimum, which I think we're kind of stuck with because his buyout's going to be way too much. But, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, a lot of people are trying to put Mario up on this pedestal. Let's not forget, Mario's still barely got a 500 record as a head coach. It's not good.
But that's not the FIU, though.
But still, we're acting like we just hired Nick Saban.
No, but you got to. See, Slim, listen, Slim. I know what you're doing. Slim, I know what you're doing. You're doing a good job of You know, you got to have the opposite. Everybody can't be on the. Everybody can't be.
Well, I mean, it's not even that.
Let me tell you why. Everybody can't bring out
both sides of the coin.
Yeah, but you're looking at both sides, and if you throw that in there, bro, if you really throw that FIU record in there when things were so bad, he would never catch up to that. He'll never catch up. But
I get that, but there's
let me
knocks
just say
on
this.
him in Oregon.
Okay, fine. Well, you know what? They might be mad at him today, but they love him there. They
lost
him.
a coach there.
No, that's not what I'm saying. There were still legitimate knocks on him. He would lose games that he had absolutely no business losing.
Where was it not knocks at big time coaches except for freaking in Alabama?
Stanford is an absolutely embarrassing loss. That's
everybody catches one. Everybody catches one. They
Now,
caught
let me ask you this: can Mario Cristobal record not get better?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sure. Absolutely. I'm not
better.
saying it won't. And I'm not saying he's not going to learn from the mistakes he's made at FIU and Oregon. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying what we're looking at right now, to the point Bergie made, what we have to look at right now, what he's done.
Right.
We're not hiring Nick Saban here.
So
Right.
who said we were? Nobody's. You know what he's going to do? He's going to learn. Experience is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher. So
Now,
he's going to.
A little
He's
bit
taking.
real quick. A little bit off subject. Cameron Harris has declared for the draft.
Oh man, please go.
Rambo too.
Man.
That was cool.
Rambo out of there
Damn.
too.
That's no vision running back. That's a no.
That was gold.
No, bro. He had no vision.
Oh man, no vision. Don't do that, bro. Come
He
on.
had no vision.
I can't argue with you.
No. Hey, what am I doing? What am I?
How you gonna say
I
he
can't
got
argue with
no vision?
He
and
didn't
he
have
barely
any.
had holes to run through.
He had. Well,
That's
guess what?
ridiculous.
But so what changed
That's
with
terrible, bro.
What changed with
That's
Rooster? What changed with Rooster? What changed?
They started blocking.
So they decided to start blocking as soon as he's
Yeah, they did. Yes, they did.
my God.
That's exactly what happened. They started blocking. It's
No.
No.
Stop
The
it.
offensive line.
So they played the same as when he was in there.
The
Well, they
offensive
two
line
different
run
backs,
blocking.
too.
The offensive line
one
clearly
at a
started
time.
playing better
One at a
after the
time.
third game.
Okay,
They
hang
clearly
on.
started playing better after the third game.
Ray,
Stop
stop it, man.
I like Cameron. He doesn't have any vision, but at the same time,
What type
the
of
offensive
man,
line's
are y'all
run
kidding
blocking.
me?
The offensive line's run blocking is still absolutely terrible. They got much better
Thank you.
at pass blocking.
Bottom line. That's
But guess
what
what?
it
No,
was
it's not
at
the bottom line,
beginning.
Ray. It's not.
They
You know
weren't
why it's
blocking.
not?
Yes, it
It
was.
is.
What do you
No,
mean?
it's not.
When they started blocking, what happened? They
Well,
started
let's do
running
this.
the ball,
See, so,
correct?
what I'm saying, they waited for. So you trying to tell me they
Why are
waited
you
for
going
Rooster?
around that, bro?
I'm not.
There's
I'm
no
trying to
gray area
address
in
it.
that.
Hey,
When
can
they
I-
weren't blocking, they weren't running, bro. When they
So as
started
soon as
blocking,
as
they
Rooster
started running.
came, they decided to block.
regardless, how I feel when it came down to the running game, man, I love Cameron Harris, and when it came down to who got in the game and who made it more electrifying and more exciting, I'm just being honest. Rooster was
How
able
many
to
yards
make
he
any.
ran for last year? How
Bing,
many
bing,
yards
bing,
he
bing,
ran
bing,
for?
bing.
I'm just saying Rooster was able to come in and do his thing,
How
even if
many
the
yards
offensive
did
line.
Cameron Harris run for the
All I'm
previous year?
saying, hey, look, all I'm saying is Rooster
You
was able
still
to
ain't
come
answer the
in.
question, but okay.
Can I finish what I was trying to say? That's all I'm trying to do. All I'm saying is when Rooster came in the game, or Don Chaney Jr., yes, my favorite running back. I love him to death. When he came into the game, like the offensive line can be sorry, but these boys made a way. Even with that, Franklin, if everybody go look at things, Franklin, when he finally started getting put in the game, like it was no holes, but he bullied his way through them through whatever he could do and make the holes. But Cameron Harris
is going to be a dancing champion.
I'm just saying, there's times that don't get me wrong. Wait,
Now,
all I'm saying,
hold up. You guys can't talk over each other.
My bad.
Hey, wait. All I'm saying is when Cameron got in the game, though, he would hit the offensive line and that man would get stuck. I'm just keeping it real. Like, he did not make me excited after a while. Like, when he was running behind DJ Dallas, yeah, he'll get it sometimes. I'm just keeping it real, bro. Like, Cameron Harris,
I'm talking about with Rooster.
I love every cane. Rooster make things happen. Like, go look at the tape. Go look at the tapes. The tapes talk about itself, man. Like, go look at the tapes, man. Rooster make things happen. Don Chaney, they make things happen no matter what is happening. Like the offensive line, because I've seen.
Let's get off the run. Let's get off.
No,
the
don't
run.
worry about it. Let me finish teaching. Let me say something. Cameron wanted to dance too much. Take them damn dancing shoes off and run. Peace.
Can I say something?
At the end of the day, listen. Cameron is going to the NFL. That's it. Let's move on from that.
He'll be a 5th round draft pick, maybe a 6th
Let's
round.
go. I'm gonna go down the panel since everybody talking over each other. I'm gonna just go down the panel. Slim Shady, Joe Brady, official Miami Hurricane offensive coordinator. How you feel about it?
I mean, if he can recreate even half the success he had at LSU, he's going to do a damn good job.
John, the floor is yours.
I mean, I'm skeptical like a little bit just because of the experience. Like, I know he had that good season at LSU. I mean, it was a talented team, but I don't think it's a bad hire. I just feel like I'd rather have more of an experienced coach, in my opinion. But
Kane's football talk.
Oh, I feel like with what he did with Joe Burrow, I know it's 1 year, but I really have high hopes on the type of quarterback we got with TBD coming in, man. He could make something happen, man. I feel like we're going to have like that 10, 11 win season.
Bergie.
When I see it official, I'll let you know.
That's a good one.
Jamaican Kane.
Okay. Like I said before, guys, I'm real big in the fact that I think he'll be super motivated. I think he knows all eyes are going to be totally on him and see how he does. He knows this is a big hire at Miami. Miami is a special place. It's just not just any place. So he's going to try to all have his ducks in a row. The way he's going to recruit, who he's going to recruit to, and the way schemes are going to be. So I think the fact experience is the best teacher. So whatever failure he's had in the league, he's going to learn from that. He can bring that to the youth. Because now he's going to be coaching up youth, not this grown-ass man. So I think everything, if you put it all in a kitty, he's going to swallow the meat and spit the bones out. So he's kind of ready. And the biggest part is right now, he's going to be working for a guy that's just going to be a super motivated as long as he's going to be motivated. They're going to be motivated together to go and kick some ass. Okay?
All right.
So that's how I feel.
All right. Kingsley, what you think?
Man, that's a slam dunk like Shaq in 99. Like, we got quarterback, we got receivers, we got running backs, probably get a couple more tight ends, get that offensive line right. We ready.
Caniacs, you there?
Yeah, my bad, bro. I'm here.
What you think about Joe Brady, man?
Super team, man. This is super staff. You know what I mean? We get.
Can't hear him.
Man, we got a super team, a super staff, but you ain't got a super phone or internet.
Don't say that, man. How you gonna come at the man like that, man? He's just messing with you, man.
Ain't no supervision.
You there, Kanye?
Good job.
Cam didn't have no supervision for sure.
Oh, damn.
Kanye, you got to step back into the Wi-Fi, man.
In the Matrix.
All right, listen. It since you want to keep busting on Cam.
My bad.
It's never in any problem in life. It really does go for anything. It's never just one thing. It can be both of y'all could end up being right. It could be the fact that Cam didn't have no vision and the offensive line can't run block worth a damn.
And they started blocking once they see his slow behind stop coming behind them. They felt they got happy feet and they was willing to block for somebody that really could get through some of those creases. Now, Slim, you just made a point that you could say about Mario. If you're going to give Cam that type of a break, put some of those things how you feel about it just doesn't happen for one person. So while you're knocking Mario for certain things that he failed on or wouldn't do his best, it's not only one reason why he probably did those things. What we need at Miami is what he's going to bring now: excitement, no nonsense, willing to come in there and fight and turn our mentality to kick butt time. It's time to kick butt. And he said it today. There's no more nice guys. We're coming. We're here. And we're going to play like it. And we win, lose, or draw. You're going to know that we was here. That's what we're looking for here, bro. Everybody know that. We need that here. We are the you. We are the you. Why do you think Herbsey said what he said? Because he knew when he saw the U, he saw a certain type of ball. It was boring to watch us. It was boring. We here, fellas. We got recruiting. That's it, man. We're
And
trying to
said it was on national TV.
Hey, I just want to ask a question, man. I love the offense, but I feel like our offense is gonna be straight. I really am a defensive guy, and I just want to know, who do we think is gonna be the defensive coordinator? Even though we don't got no rumors out there right now, and there's no talking. But
well, go ahead and talk it in existence. Then. Go ahead and talk it in existence. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, but who do you want to be the defensive coordinator? I feel like we should get somebody out of the SEC. You get what I'm saying?
Facts, like
I want one man.
I want somebody that can recruit the heck out of the recruiters.
One at a time. Go, Slim.
Go ahead, fam.
I want one man only. He's proven to be an elite defensive coordinator at Miami. He's proven to be an elite recruiter at Miami, and that's motherfucking Randy Shannon.
Okay.
Oh shit.
But would he bring a 3-4 or is he bringing a 4-3? Slim.
He ran a 4-3 base.
Okay. Well, we know he could coach linebackers,
which eventually started getting torched and led to the Orange Bowl getting shut down one messed up night.
He wasn't the defensive coordinator then. He was head coach.
Yes, he was. He was running the whole. He definitely was running the defense as the head coach.
Well, I'm not sure who's saying that, but let's throw this out the same way I kind of.
And that was also his very first year as head coach too.
But not only
that the Orange Bowl got shot down. That the tight end is still catching passes on us. That same route. That's like that guy's still catching passes. I can't think.
It's a lot that went on. It's a lot that went on before that game came on, bro. It was a lot that was going on.
I was there that night, bro. I was there that night.
I was in a hotel in.
When this guy scored another touchdown, I forgot the running back name.
I was in a hotel in Vero Beach watching that game.
It was ridiculous, bro. This guy sat there and let the tight end catch the same pass.
Most of the people,
Slim, you should have turned it off and traded more attention.
Most of the people in the chat are saying basically hell no to Randy Shannon. John, who you got?
So, honestly, I would love Randy Shannon for the sole fact that if we do not get him somehow, FSU is gonna. I'm telling you right now, FSU is gonna make him a linebacker coach. Most likely, that's what's gonna happen, and he's gonna start. Now he's gonna still recruit from us, but he's Randy Shannon, bro. He comes to Miami, and everyone loves the guy. He will definitely take recruits to FSU with him. I think he's a solid defense coordinator.
I am redeemed. Thank you for the $5 donation. You didn't have a message, but thank you for that. Go ahead. Kane football talk. Who you got? Defensive coordinator.
Hey, how I feel is I want Randy Shannon, but I want more than him to just show me than of recruiting. I need stoppage down the middle. Like I'm on the defensive plays. Like what kind of playbook is he gonna bring? Like you feel me? But I want Randy Shannon. That's what I'm trying to say.
Andy with a $2 donation. Winston Moss as defensive coordinator. Shannon as linebacker coach.
Winston
Moss.
What?
He's still coach.
Hey, so if you don't mind, if I say something real quick, the whole thing with Joe Brady, I just did some research, and apparently he has ties with Cristobal through Moorhead. Apparently he was Moorhead's assistant at Penn State. So, just to say that.
They're all from South Florida, so that's
and he got a house down here.
No, I didn't say that because he's South Florida. I'm saying that he was Cristobal's coach, offensive coordinator's coach at Penn State.
Yeah, and I know this off subject, but I just wanted to say we should have been started Chase Smith. I'm sorry, we should have been started Chase Smith.
Huh?
Yeah, our linebacker Chase Smith.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
that goes back to Manny again. That goes back to Manny again.
Yeah, that stupid ass striker position.
And Pikey and Peaky.
Megan King, while you're talking, who you want for DC?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. It's probably gonna be a surprise to some of y'all because I talk so much. I really don't have a particular guy. What I have more in mind is a combination of things. 3 things. I want a guy that's going to be able to come in here and recruit the hell out of guys all over the country, right? and then I want it to be a violent team, a team that's going to be super, super, super aggressive on defense, and I want more lockdown defensive corners. At least try to coach them up that way. I want a scheme that's going to be able to take some chances. We are the U, so I want to get back to start taking some locking in on the defensive backs and taking more of a risk and going man to man and try to get into these quarterback faces and take our chances. Because if we could score, we could take chances on defense. So I don't got a particular name, and I apologize for that, guys. But those three things I think is super important. Being aggressive on the edge, okay, with our corners.
About to say, if we don't get nobody that's gonna get the defensive line to rush the passer.
That's part of it. That's what I'm
saying. It ain't gonna matter what kind of cornerbacks that
but
we
the trenches.
And it also come with.
If we not tough, we gonna look crazy again, just like Alabama game.
But Mario told you he's watching, right? Mario told that he was watching at Oregon, so he know our defensive line has been lacking. He know our offensive line been. He actually admitted that today in the conference. He said, "I wasn't there, but I was paying attention. I was still paying attention." What was going on?
That's exactly why I said from the beginning, if we were tough at the beginning, De'Aaron King wouldn't have got hurt, and we probably would have still had the season that we should have had. But again, they didn't get tough until like the third.
It should have been. It should have been less than the ACC
came on where they literally started blocking, bro.
Is this Ray Ray?
Van Dyke
This
came
Ray Ray?
in, bro.
Is this Ray Ray?
My shit still fucking up.
So I think we need to try to get Coach Cool back.
No,
Coach Cool?
Don't want Cool.
Coach Cool. He
No,
was our D-line
Cool?
coach in 2017.
you know-
he made that
Cool
D-line
Gillespie.
fucking elite.
And you know how I feel? I know people make jokes about it and stuff like that, but hey, it might be a good look if we could get him to maybe be a part of it. Like, be a part of the safeties is Ed Reed.
Well, I think
I'm not saying he could be a big coach. I'm not saying, put him in a big position, but put him in a position where he could he could actually, he's like a coach, but he could coach them boys up, because I feel like he would give them like that little edge. You get what I'm saying? Because
let me ask you guys a question.
I thought you want experienced coaches.
Yep, that's what I said.
No, with Ed Reed though, you get what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's going to be a big part of calling the plays or anything. I'm just talking about like he could be out there to show them, like
he's
kind of
doing
like
that
what
now.
he was doing. I know what it's like what he's doing, but like really be a big part of it. Like, I don't know. They said that he didn't have a bigger role like he should have.
He's not even an experienced position coach.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Well, let me ask you guys something real quick. This guy's name is slipping me, but he's at Georgia. He was with us. I think he was under. He was a super recruiter for us, but he left when I think Golden got fired. I can't remember. I think he coached the tight ends,
James
right?
Coley.
Not Coley. Not Coley. Not Coley. Not Coley.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. God. Oh my God.
What is he getting paid now at Georgia?
Are we talking offensive or defensive?
Offense. He was a tight end coach, but he was a super recruiter. He got most of the guys out of Georgia.
Chazinski?
No, he's a young.
He was a white skinny guy.
White skinny guy that could coach his behind off and recruit. So he went to Georgia, right? And so they loved him here. They loved his, the local schools loved him, right? So my question is, whatever he's getting paid, if Mary could bring him back along with Brady, because we need to be able to get into Georgia too. We need to be able to get into certain spots too. And he's a super recruiter. They loved him here.
Todd Hartley.
Yes, him. If we could bring him back with Brady, with all the guys that can recruit the heck out of the state and outside the state, we need to do that. I don't know what he's getting paid in Georgia, but we got the money now, right? So we're not talking about them cash. We're talking about we got the money now. So I think they should bring him back.
Yep, Scott, I mean, it's not a bad choice. I mean, my thinking, I know I didn't get a chance to throw my hat in the ring there for defensive coordinator, but I want Will Muschamp. Sorry, I mean that's my thing. Get me Will Muschamp. I don't care if he doesn't get along with people. That dude puts defenses out there. You know, he's had a year to he's got a year to sit back at Georgia, be an analyst, recharge his batteries. You put him with what we got now under somebody like Mario, I think he'll be just fine.
I can't knock the Will Muschamp. I really can't.
It's like the Mike Leach factor. You know, Mike Leach is a lunatic, but the man can put an offense out there.
All right, so we got a guy saying Pete Golden or Alex Grinch.
Who are these guys, though?
For that's offensive line, if I'm correct, right?
No,
Alabama.
defense coordinator.
Golden's Alabama.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Jeez,
Also,
I'm off. I'll shut
I
up.
don't know those guys.
There's no way we're
Also,
taking Alabama.
we got another name here, Brian Van Gundy.
What school's he at?
I have no clue.
Brian Van, I don't know. Clue
Van Gundy's been around for a while. He's a very experienced coach.
As long as they understand Van Gundy.
Yeah.
Gonna go chopping at people's ankles, man? Come on.
Oh my God! I don't know the Van Gundy guy. I'm just trying to make a little funny joke.
No, I
but
know.
no, I don't know. I don't know these guys. I just want to go by guys. I don't mind Muschamp. I just want to make sure, like you say, get along with people. Does he do a 4-3 or 3-4? What's his scheme? I don't know.
3-4.
See, I'm a little nervous about that. I want a 4-3 here, guys.
Well, I mean, I know. Here's the thing: a lot of people knock the 3-4. That's what Georgia runs, and that's literally the best defense seen in college football since Oklahoma of the mid '80s.
But if you don't have the players to run that defense, you're not gonna run it good.
Well, and that's where recruiting comes in. You recruit the players for it.
Exactly.
But see, we got Slim.
We got a $2 donation from Jarrell. Says, please don't bring Randy. As a
Yeah, don't.
I like Randy, but you know
Slim,
he had his time.
Slim, to your point.
Go ahead.
So Slim, to your point,
said,
do Marion
Jason
have
Taylor
enough
is gonna be the hot name soon.
for what?
He
Jason
got
Taylor
a
for what?
5-star tight end son at St. Thomas Aquinas right now, and you know what I mean. Him and Patrick Surtain is kind of like leading the charge for you know ex-players that's kind of you know wanting the relationship to get better with the U and everybody around.
I think it's going to happen. But what is Taylor going to do for us?
That Jason Taylor is an up and coming name in this shit, bro.
From what I've heard, Jason Taylor runs a very vanilla offense where he's at, and not a lot of people are a big fan of it.
I'm not talking about his offense.
I mean his defense. I apologize. I meant to say defense. I apologize.
Vanilla defense, bro. If you listen to Joe Rose this morning, and if you've been watching St. Thomas Aquinas, I don't think you know what you're talking about.
Well, I've been reading.
Watch Jason Taylor.
What position is he coming to coach in Miami? What position?
It doesn't matter. He's a Hall of Fame defensive end that everybody's saying that's going to be the next big person that comes up in the coaching
So we should just throw him on
that. All I'm saying is there is one person that I did forget that I did meant to mention. Not just Randy Shannon, but as defensive coordinator, I would like Derek Mason.
I was going to say that. That's a good one. He's good.
Yeah, I think. But you know, can he recruit?
Yeah.
Hey, I mean,
that didn't sound right. That didn't sound right.
Look how Auburn's defense look, man.
Exactly.
I know he got that Southern twang, but can he recruit?
I mean, it you know, like with Shannon, it's just Shannon runs a defense that I like, so Shannon's just my preference. I wouldn't be mad if they brought in somebody else.
But the
Plus,
thing
I also
was
know
is that the
he's an
time
elite.
changed. The time
Shannon
changed.
outdated.
Shannon didn't, bro.
Shannon outdated.
Exactly. The times changed. Everybody started spreading the field, and he wanted to stay in that 4-3, and he should have been in the cover 3. It was ridiculous, bro. Like I said, the Virginia game was the reason why he just got proved that he was never going to be that guy. Because ain't no way he's a defensive guy. It's like Manny Diaz, the same thing.
It was stubborn by his part. He was stubborn.
That's also a terrible example because you're talking about the guy's 7th game as a head coach ever.
Okay.
Didn't matter. He still got beat down.
Yes, it does matter. Okay, get your feelings out of it. It does matter. You're getting your feelers into
I need to be telling you to get your feelings out of it. I just told you a while ago it didn't matter whether or not who gets it, just as long as he don't get
I love
that motherfucker. He couldn't put 10 words together to form a sentence, bro. Like when he had press conferences, he literally would start talking about his army figure collection
when questions got hard for him.
Name as a defensive coordinator, name a year he didn't have a top 10 defense.
Name a year he
What do you
didn't
mean
have
by that?
Sean Taylor or Brandon Merriweather.
That was so many decades
or
ago, though,
Kelly
man. That's what
Jennings.
I'm saying.
He literally
That's who he won
literally never had a year as a defensive coordinator with a defense outside of the top 10.
Bro, he got Hall of Fame players.
And the offense was so modern back then.
And then back then,
this is spread,
we could just
man.
literally beat up everybody with our defensive line and not have to blitz. That's how the University of Miami What got pretty Randy much in trouble too, innovated, Slim? The college football.
Slim, what got Randy in trouble? He just stayed quiet. He had no emotion on the sideline. He was just
couldn't talk.
I'm not asking for Randy to be the head coach. I'm asking for Randy, the defensive coordinator. That's two very different things.
Too much bad baggage there. I'll take my chance at him coming to recruit against us, man. I don't care. He's been doing it now for 7 years, and we haven't been totally hurt by that. Come on.
I dare y'all to go watch 3 press conferences and tell me this guy didn't say the same exact thing in each and every press conference, bro. I swear, bro.
He's a legend, man. Let's not beat him up. No, let's not beat him up. He's a Miami great.
Here's the
love
thing.
Randy Shannon, but as a coach,
here's
no,
the thing. Here's the thing to me. Randy Shannon falls into the same category as Will Muschamp and Lane Kiffin. I have all the confidence in the world in all 3 of them as their respective coordinators, but absolutely zero confidence in all 3 as a head coach.
Well, Slim, let me throw this out. Let me throw this out to the entire board. Then here's the thing that we got to keep in mind, guys. We always say we want nothing but the best. We want to bring the best guys. And one thing we got to remember about these guys, they're always going to get involved with guys that they've kind of rubbed shoulders with before, and they kind of trust. So we should keep to that tea leaf, because somebody on the board said Brady was connected to him somehow. So keep that in mind. Most of these hires, most of them, not all of them, but most of these hires are going to be guys that Mario feel that he could bring into the room, bring into the building, and won't be a turncoat to him, and won't go against his ways and what he believes in. So even though we may want a particular guy, we all have our guy that we want. Stay with the fact that we got to bring up some guys that we know is connected to Mario in some way.
Absolutely. I agree with that completely.
Slim,
and I think part of the reason...
Slim, hold on a second. $5 donation from Jarrell. I played in that UVA game. We was not prepared under Randy Shannon. His defense gave 41 points to LSU in 05.
Talk to these people, man. Y'all better listen.
That's from the sports.
Again, he was
Slim,
a dinosaur.
That wasn't good for you there, Slim. That didn't come out good for you.
He was Sugar Ray Leonard against Donnie Golden Boy Lalonde, bro.
Appreciate that.
He was way past the Miami boy. What you know about the Miami boy? What you know about the Miami boy? Hurricanes, boy. Lineman that can do what makes the 4-3 what it was. He wasn't gonna win, bro.
Listen, you can pick apart literally anybody. If you're looking for a guy that
we were
can't
talking
find
about Randy Shannon, though.
Hang on. If you're looking for a guy that you can't find a critique on, then you'll find nobody.
But we were actually talking about Randy Shannon, though. If we were talking about somebody else that I didn't agree with, I would be the same way, to be honest.
But my point is, you can find a critique on anybody.
Whoever we get, they got to be able to get these guys to rush the passer, bro. Bottom line, man. We were toilet paper soft at the beginning of the season last year.
Well, if nobody's at Norland, if there's no kid at Norland that we need, I'm not worrying about Shandy, because the only place that he could go recruit a kid out of there is from Norland. He can't recruit nobody else. Come on, bro.
What are you talking about? He brought in almost the entire team from the national championship Miami Northwestern.
And they bombed.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. Since he's left, he did not bring anybody that's hurt us, or when we say, damn, we should have had him on our defense. Not at TCU, not at FCU, not at none of these schools he's at, not even at Florida State, because he didn't get a kid just committed to us at that position, kinda, and we didn't have a coach.
I just want to tell y'all, Mark Whipple resigned from Pittsburgh. That's all I just want to tell you.
He did.
Okay, guys, it's a known fact that Randy blackballed our school from so many high schools in the South Florida area. I mean, that's a known fact. That's not even a joke. That he absolutely killed us with so many high schools in this area. because of the way
So
he
y'all might
was.
as well put Uncle Luke on that list too, then, because he damn sure
no,
took
Uncle Luke
Devontae
did something
Screw
Freeman,
that
different.
dude. I don't want to
Dalvin
hear that
Cook,
dude's name.
Hold
Leave
on a
his
second.
name out
everybody
of
up the
this.
Hold on a
Trail of
second,
Hansen,
Hold
bro.
on.
guys.
Stay
Uncle
with
Luke is a
Manny.
Florida State fan.
Leave him out of it.
That
Guys,
got
hold
hot
on
real quick.
hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
I'm sorry, Nick.
I am redeemed. There is no number. There's a link right in the chat that I just posted in there. If you want to come in, you have to click that link. Allow at least your mic. You don't have to allow your camera, but you gotta allow the mic. So when we ask you, do you want to allow, you must put yes. If you put no, then you will never be able to get on.
Hey, TY, if you want me off of here in about a couple of minutes, I'll jump off. If you want me off, if you want to bring somebody else. This Jamaica Kane. If you want me off, it's fine. I'm okay with that.
You're on.
As
Yeah,
long as you
no,
don't
I'm gonna
say, as
jump
long
off
as
in
you
a
don't
couple
say Uncle
seconds,
Luke,
but I'm
you
about to
fine.
pull
I
up to
don't want to
I
hear
ain't the one that
Luther
brought. I ain't the one
Campbell.
that brought him up.
No, I'm talking about Luther
No, I
Campbell.
was
I don't want
saying
to hear that
Uncle
dude's
Luke.
name. Oh,
Uncle
all
Luke's
right.
a Florida
No, I
State
was
fan.
saying Uncle
Sorry.
Luke, like
All right, so hold
Luther
on a second.
Campbell.
I am
No,
redeemed.
that's what I mean. I don't want to hear about Luther Campbell. That guy's garbage.
All right, hold on. So
Man,
I am
exactly.
redeemed. I am redeemed. What's on your mind?
No, he reset the board. He reset the board. Whoever that
Oh,
was, go
okay.
ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk.
I am redeemed. Mike is yours, man.
Might be on mute, man. He might be on mute.
Hey, if we want to talk about DCs, I pulled up a list on Kane's Insight that somebody put up, a good list of guys. I'll throw some names out there and y'all say what you think.
Give it a second, Berg.
All right, sorry.
Tazation King, what's going on?
I'm good, family. How you doing, family?
All right, chilling, man. What's on your mind, boss?
What's in my mind? I'm at work, minding my own business, being humble. I get a phone call from CJ.
Uh-oh.
CJ getting me all crunked up. He like, Ted, so you think about the situation? I'm like, man, they did Manny wrong. He like, oh, come on, Ted. I said, hold on, hear me out. He like, what happened? I'm like, you gotta understand, he had some certain kids was suspended and also injury. He like, all right, cool, but are you happy? Yeah, we got our new coach. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm happy, but if you're gonna fire Manny, you should have been fire him. But don't try to put him on standby to get Cristobal. That was wrong. CJ told me, I hear you where you coming from, but anyways, are you happy now, Taz? I'm like, yeah. CJ told me, Taz, get ready. It's gonna be showtime. I'm like, CJ, please, I'm at work right now. Don't try to get me all hyped up. I'm trying to be humble. But no, CJ had to kick it to another. We're gonna get this person. We're gonna get this person. Front of my man.
I can't hear you.
They both started laughing.
He's breaking up.
You can hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
I was saying that CJ, I'm trying to be humble, but CJ had me all crunked up all yesterday. I ain't going to sleep at 3 o'clock this morning.
Let them go and drink it.
He's got that poor little Timmy cell service.
Yeah, I got too many. I got too many on the panel. I gotta drop 2.
You could drop. Hey, you could drop me after I make this point about what he was just saying. Can I make a point on that real fast?
Go ahead.
Okay, with the whole Manny thing and they not firing him right away. Hey, it's selfish of us, but we had to go ahead and keep him hanging like that because we let him go too early. Our young guys and some of our young guys, that means some of these coaches around the country could force them to get into the transfer portal and they could reach out and touch him. So it was part like we didn't want to do that too early, and we were still waiting on Mario. So we just didn't want to do it like that, and we didn't want these guys to have access to our players. Yes, it was selfish, but he's $8 million rich. Okay,
Look at it,
so it is what it is.
this way. If we use Manny Diaz for a couple weeks, so what? In 2
So
years,
what?
he doesn't have a job, but we gonna pay him $8 million anyway.
And he
Exactly.
and he gave me heartburn against FIU and all these other goddamn on games.
There was nobody
Fourth and 14, man.
there was nobody beating down Manny's door for a job. He wasn't going nowhere. He was doing just fine sitting there waiting.
Thank
No
you.
worries whatsoever.
Thank you. And you know what? He likes stuff like this. The media talking about how they treated him bad. He loves that type of stuff.
Hey, you saw the letter he wrote. Come on now.
Listen, if Manny loves Miami so much, go to FIU. They got a coach opening.
Yeah, let's go rebuild that.
Go to the beach and put your feet in the sand.
Yeah, let's go do some mediocre stuff. Go to a mediocre school because you're a mediocre guy.
I got to do a Manny Diaz video tomorrow. I think I'm gonna buy me some pina colada.
Hey, TTY.
beach chair.
Hey, excuse me. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, man. I'm the one that's I am redeemed. First time calling, man, but always listen to y'all, man.
We lost.
That's it.
Hey, he came in and made an impression. Huh?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Hey.
If you're listening, I just put the link back in the chat. Just click on it and come back in.
Hey, man, he just wanted to let you know he
Taz.
appreciate you, man.
Hey, Taz, if you're still listening, call CJ back and tell him his ass is back in the concussion protocol.
Messed up.
Hey, man, listen. While we on it, man, I want to keep beating this dead horse. Because all these Manny defenders, don't forget his crew that says Renault wasn't ready against Florida, and Taylor wasn't ready until we played Central Connecticut State, and then pow, he's not ready to play the rest of the season. Manny wanted to play all his veterans, and thought his veterans were going to be able to take him to the promised land because he wanted to keep his job. It was a selfish act. He didn't know what he was doing. We didn't want to coach on learning anymore.
I think we should end it on the Manny discussion. I think
It's
we end
over.
the Manny.
Yeah.
One thing I want to talk about is Alonzo Highsmith still coming, or what's up with that? Does anyone have any updates or ideas, or what is
I'll be honest with you, no disrespect. I don't even care about that right now. I just want to see what Mario's going to put together for a staff. That's my biggest concern.
And the thing is, if we bring a strong enough AD, we may not need Alonzo right away because we're going to have a guy that actually know what he's doing. It's called an adult in the room.
I don't think we need him anyway.
I heard a bunch of people saying that if they hire this Clemson AD, Alonzo's not coming.
Well, because he's going to know what's going on. Because he gets it. So it's not like.
Listen. Let's not act like this Clemson AD is some guru at hiring anybody. He didn't hire Dabo. Dabo was already the coach when he got.
No, but the money stuff that he did a lot of other stuff too, though. It's not about the coach.
Facility upgrades. Wait a minute. Blake James did that.
No, he did. No, he didn't. He was terrible at that. He was terrible at that. He was terrible at that. Mark had to come in and help him with half of the stuff. Oh, you know why they got rid of him too? Wait a minute. Hey, Slim, I got the inside of it.
Hang on, because that's not true. Blake James raised more money than the 4 athletic directors before him combined.
Mark Rick donated his salary.
Listen,
$2 million is
Slim,
nothing.
I'm letting you know the word that I know that's real. I know I'm in touch with a lot of this stuff like you, and they wanted to get rid of Blake James because of how he handled the whole Manny thing in the first place. They didn't.
I agree with that. He handled that wrong.
He shut a lot of people out. So don't tell me about this raising and doing it the right way. All of our other sports, all of the Miami other sports. I'm not a huge like baseball fan or basketball fan like that for those teams, but I respect them and I watch them. I want them to succeed too. So my thing is all his other sports went downhill, man.
Yes.
He is a terrible athletic director.
No, hang on. What? Hang on. Why did
baseball? Hold on, Slim. To add to what you were saying, we were supposed to have the biggest contract with Adidas. And they gave that to Louisville under the watch of Blake James.
Yes.
I was hoping Manny could knock out this Adidas deal, by the way, too, and bring Jordan in.
Y'all want to hear about DCs yet, or are we still going to talk about Manny?
Well, hang on. Jermaine Kane, to your point, and you threw this back at me earlier, so I'm going to throw it right back at you.
Okay.
It's never just one thing. Why did the baseball program go down? Because a Hall of Fame coach retired.
But that's your job to go. Then. Hey, can I make the point?
When you've had the same coach for 45 years and he's taken you to Omaha for 41 straight, yes, your program's going to go down when he retires and you bring in the next guy.
Well, great point. So let me hit you with this one then. Every good AD always keep a Rolodex of the next person. You knew this guy was going to retire one day. You know he's coming at age. You have to be ready to make that to take that and make that hire. And he was not prepared to make the right hire.
Ron Frazier retired long before Blake got there. Then Jim Morris was already the sitting coach, and then DeMar took over after Morris. Am I right?
What I'm saying is that it doesn't have to be DeMaury. What I'm saying, he should have been ready to strike and get a big time coach, and he was not prepared to do that. You know what Blake do? He just turned the page. He likes hiring within because he's lazy. He was lazy then. He's lazy now.
He's gone, though. they hired Jim Morris from within, and that's
Lazy.
another Hall of Fame coach.
He was a
Right.
lazy
Okay.
guy.
But
He's
they're
lazy.
they're gone. So you want to
Yes,
get
they
into
are.
DCs?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, thank you. So
You want to bring that DC so bad.
I want to get off this subject because it's a dead subject. They're both gone. I mean, let's move on forward.
Apparently, me and him find it an interesting subject. We go back
Yeah.
and forth at it.
Apparently.
All right.
Hey, Slim,
Hold on a
Slim,
second. Hold on a second, guys. I am Redeem is back. I am Redeem.
Oh.
The mic is yours. Yeah, he's frozen.
Why stop with the comedy hour, man?
I actually want to hear what the dude has to say. I really do. You know, I really. Hopefully, it has nothing to do with Blake or Manny, but you know, I want to hear what he has to say.
Well, let's all be quiet. Let's listen to him.
Well,
I want to hear if it's T-Mobile, Sprint, or Verizon.
He's on that Ryan Reynolds Mint Mobile.
Oh, that's funny.
That's what happened when you smoke a Manny pack. You freeze.
Woof. So, anyway, trying to get back to what I was trying to say before, I found a list on CIS that somebody put together about potential defensive coordinators.
Hold on 1 second.
We don't want to hear about the DC, man.
Hold on, he's moving again.
Hey, man! I just got off work. I'm driving, so that's what's going on, man. But
is it
y'all hear me?
Verizon or is it T-Mobile? Is it
I got
Verizon?
T-Mobile, man. I got
No, let
T-Mobile,
him talk.
man.
Let him talk.
No, listen. All I'm trying to say is this here. Y'all remember when Sam Arthur made that comment? What good it is to have 4 and 5 star players when you don't have 4 and 5 star coaches? When you talk about Manny Diaz, so that's why I'm kind of glad, because when he made that comment hit me, man, like a ton of bricks. Because I personally met Manny Diaz when I was,
I'm gonna write that down.
When they was recruiting my son. You know what I'm saying? And so I had a lot of respect, man. I had a lot of hope. That dude talked to us as a parents, man, that day, man. Well, I was hyped up. You know what I'm saying? I thought they was gonna really give my son, even though he didn't offer my son. But anyway, that's another thing.
Hold on a second, Bert.
That's a whole nother thing, man. But
who's your
the
son?
point
Who's
is
your son? Who's your son?
Dude, don't worry about it, man. He ain't even playing football now. He wrestling. He wrestling in college now, man.
Good for him.
It's probably best that we don't know, guys.
I wrestled in school. I like wrestling. Don't get me.
Yeah.
I'm all over that.
Yeah, man.
Continue,
So anyway, man, that's all I wanted to say, man, because I don't really hear nobody talk about that, man. But that dude, when he said that, man, that made a lot of sense, man. I mean, we got 4 and 5 star players, but they're not getting 4 and 5 star coaching. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And so that's why year after year they were regressing. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't progressing, they were regressing. So anyway,
Right.
I'm gonna go back to listen, man. Appreciate y'all, man. But
we were having some fun with you, man.
You can log me off. You can log me off now.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. I'm glad he got it
I like
worded.
what he brought to the table, though. I like
Yeah.
it.
I like you said, his son's wrestling, man. Hopefully he makes it to the Olympics.
Hold on, we got Ralph Lauren's mascot. What's going on, man?
Who's Ralph Lauren's mascot? Me?
There's a guy in here named Ralph Lauren's.
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. What's going on, boss?
What's
Hey,
up?
can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, hey, what's going on, man? This is Brian.
Hello?
I'm calling out of St. Louis. What's going on?
What's
Yeah,
up? Slim, stop that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, bro. He's just playing.
We hear you loud.
Oh.
So what's on your mind, man?
Yeah,
What's
this
your
is Brian
thoughts
calling
on
from
Mario?
St. Louis, man. Yeah, so now, well, it's not about that. Somebody about it earlier. Now, like I said, I'm from St. Louis, a fan, so I'm not in the trenches in Florida. Somebody turned their nose up at like Luther Campbell.
No, there's a pair of headphones that I have.
From what I understand, Luke, it was the time when Luke brought a lot of talent to Miami, but we didn't want to offer him. Isn't that accurate or no?
I got nothing for Luther Campbell. I think the dude's a piece of garbage, and I hope he stays as far away from the school as humanly possible. That's all I got for that.
That's tough.
Even
I tell you, it was
Even if
somewhat
he-
true. That was during the Al Golden days. Is when Al Golden turned down South Florida talent like Dalvin Cook.
I got nothing for Luther, so y'all can go ahead. I'll be quiet.
Because didn't Luke bring like Devontae Freeman and Bridgewater and all those type of guys, and we wouldn't
Not
offer
Bridgewater.
them?
Bridgewater
Isn't
left
that
because
the
Rand
case?
Shane got fired.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's just wanted to touch on that. Like I said, I'm a fan, but I'm up here. I'm not in the trenches, so I just thought I would see what was up with that. But I'm happy
feel
that
you.
we had a new coach and excited to see what's going on. TQY, I saw you at the Atlanta game, so that was when we the Alabama game, so that was cool. So I plan on being at a couple more this year. So let's go, Canes.
Hey, man.
Thank you.
Every day.
Yeah, let me say this real quick, and because let me say this real quick, and Slim will probably know this because he's probably as old as I am, so he gets it. There was a time years back where Luther Campbell ran around calling himself Miami this, Miami that, 2 Live Crew, Miami, and that's cool, and I loved it. Then in 1994, he went ahead and threatened the university publicly that if they didn't start Ryan Collins, that he was going to go ahead and talk about everything that he did and get us the death penalty and get this, get that, get everything else. Whatever happened behind the scenes, I don't know, but Ryan Collins ended up getting a starting job, and he looked ridiculously horrendous. And I mean, it was just horrible what happened with him, a quarterback. Ever since then, Luther Campbell has been on and off with constantly trying to bury this university in one way or the other if he doesn't get his way. And I just can't respect the dude that does that kind of crap for the school that he swore up and down that he loved. That's just being an ass. So that's where I'm at with Luther Campbell.
That's what I was gonna bring up.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second, real quick.
That's why I'm at. That's why I'm at.
Hold on a second, real quick. Henry Lee, I see you trying to get in. You still haven't fixed your device problem. I'm gonna put a number in the chat you can call. That way you can get in, because I see you've been trying to get in for weeks now, but I don't know what's wrong with your phone.
I'm kind of with Bergie on this one. I don't need little Luther Shapiro hanging around.
No, but for real, you're right. The problem with it is that he has ulterior motives behind helping.
Yes.
So because that's why I wanted to address that. See, listen, if you're just going to help and you're doing it the kindness of your heart, that's one thing. But now he's going to want to have sweet seats. He's going to want to have his own parking spot. He's
pushing specific players that go through his youth camps.
Right.
Is what he's doing.
Yeah. Kind of like what Snoop Dogg.
Hold on real quick. Jamaica, hold on real quick. $5 donation from Boxing Monster. That's an FSU fan. Congratulations on your hire, but don't get it twisted. UM football still trash. I got something for you, boss.
Get out of here.
Who does he root for?
I don't know. Roots for himself.
Hey man, watch. See, that's what we want back. See, he's brave enough to come on here and say we trash. You know why? We earned that, didn't we? Well, that's over with.
I wouldn't call it brave when you hide behind a keyboard, but yeah, I understand your point.
Yeah, I know. You know what I mean.
You know what I'm saying.
Henry Lee, the phone number's on the screen. Call it.
You know, and he paid for that nonsense, didn't he? He paid money to say that.
Oh, here, look, our boy 6000's back. T2Y, congrats on your UM hire. Sucks, my guy. 6000 all day long. Love him.
Why agree, guy? T2Y not talking about the linebacker decommitted a couple hours. Come on.
Yeah, Mudra.
You're talking about a 3-star guy.
Come on, man.
We finna get 10 times better. Come on, man.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know what's gonna happen, but the fact that Wesley did what he did when he committed, and then that gave you a little telling sign as to what's to come. Don't be surprised if we get Terrence, because him and Wesley are tight. I think we're gonna end up getting Terrence, and then I could see Justin Flo transferring from from Oregon.
Henry Lee, since you want to talk about Miami decommit, didn't Florida State got like three decommits this whole week?
I don't care about Florida State.
Florida
Actually,
State.
You know
their
what?
linebacker coach
As far as
left
I'm
just now.
concerned, as far as I'm concerned, with the whole drama Justin Flo tried to start when he was signing to whoever he was going to sign to, he can stay out in Oregon for all I care.
I'm just saying, if he wants to come, I'm not going to say no to him because we need the help.
Hey, Slim, man, don't do that. He was just pointing out the fact that he knew what they was doing over here was flaw. What's wrong with that?
No, he was trying to play it up like a lot of recruits do because they're spoiled with the whole recruiting process.
Hey, I don't know. I look at Jason Marshall played us pretty hard, but if Jason Marshall said tomorrow that he wanted to come back and play at the U, I would take him in a second.
I just didn't want that wide receiver from Oklahoma. I didn't want it. I'm glad he went to Tennessee. If y'all say he went to Tennessee, I'm glad he did.
It was Arkansas. My bad.
Arkansas, that's even better. Great. Now he's going to not get the ball thrown to him.
Talk about Hasselwood.
Yeah, good. I didn't like his comments. More than what you were saying, Slim, he was worse than this guy, if that's even a word, worser. But he was. He was terrible.
and I mean, I haven't kept up with him particularly, and if you're right, I completely agree with you.
He was, though. He was horrible, and he had jokes and all that. But guess what, my guy? Now you're in Arkansas, and they won't throw you the ball there either. Good luck with your career.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie. I can't lie. What Sam Pittman has done in Arkansas in 2 years is pretty amazing.
Oh, 100%.
Yo,
I mean, they went from a 2-win to literally 2 wins a year. Or no, they had 2 wins in 2 years. To Sam Pittman's got them at 8-4 this year.
Well, Slim, can I ask you this question? And listen, I'm not going to tell you I watched every Arkansas game, but I will ask this question though. Did they so happen to, I like how the wheels turn sometimes, or how the schedule is made? Did they avoid any of the tough guys in their first 7 games? You know that you the first 3 games are like nobodies.
I mean, they had Georgia and Alabama on their schedule.
Did they beat those guys?
They lost to both of them. Georgia
So
wasn't
who did
close.
they beat?
Alabama they took down to the wire.
Who did they beat?
I'd have to look through game
Who,
by
Arkansas?
game to see who they bought.
Yeah.
They
Who
beat
was the
Texas
fourth?
A&M.
They beat. Yeah, they did beat. I mean, that's a top 5 defense.
It was, yeah. We give them one more. Who was the other 3?
I think they beat Ole Miss too. I think that's one of Ole Miss's
Yeah, they
losses.
did beat Ole Miss.
Not hard to beat, because I think that's overrated. That's over there.
But that is a dynamic offense.
Oh, I like that Brady bunch. Oh, look at hey man. Hey, TTY, yo, bro, you need to be hired somewhere, bro.
I didn't make that.
Who did that?
Somebody sent it to me.
Oh man, listen, there we go. This is
I saw that on CIS.
Yo, just leave it to Miami, bro. This is going to get popular real fast if we start with it, bro.
Henry Lee, you must have dialed the wrong number because I ain't getting no call from you, boss.
Are you kidding me? Only person on there I'm a little concerned about right now is Chaney. He need to lose some weight.
Well, I think Chaney just needs a better S&C coordinator that can train his body properly to help him prevent his injuries. Because it's just, we keep talking about, guys where, someone brought it up earlier. Guys are injured.
The Brady
when you have,
that's big time.
It's on CIS. Somebody put it on there. When you have a strength and conditioning coordinator who is basically training your team for bodybuilding and powerlifting, as opposed to training them to get football shape, guys are going to get injured, and and they're going to be slow.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. I mean, and you can take specific examples. Obviously, that there was absolutely no strength and conditioning that would have prevented Duke Johnson from breaking his ankle.
Yeah, but I'm talking this past couple of seasons with Feely there, we look really slow. We look like, I don't know, we had guys that look good in the weight room, but they didn't look all that good on the field.
I agree, and I listened to Streeter's interview with Tolbert Bain, and I agreed with him. The guys just don't look strong. The guys get overpowered.
Yes, agreed.
Thank you, G.
I 100% agree with that.
Send that to me.
What would you think about for defensive coordinator Jeremy Pruitt?
Send that to me, okay?
Jeremy Pruitt, I don't think would be bad at all, but I don't know.
I mean,
kind of still.
he kind of put a stain on himself with that whole business at Tennessee, though.
What am I missing? I'm missing. What are y'all talking about? I'm sorry.
Can I throw down, now that we're back on DCs, can I throw this list down and we can hopefully jump on a few of these guys?
I've been waiting for that. I've been honestly been waiting.
Let's go back to strength conditioning since he wants to talk about these.
Yeah. can we get Gus Felder?
Throw the names out there, Berg.
He's
All
been
right,
dying
so-
with them names out, boy.
So we got Todd Orlando, ex-USC.
Wait, Bergie, before you finish,
Yeah.
Beyonce had the best video.
That's a good one.
Go ahead, Bergie.
All right, so we got Todd Orlando, ex-USC DC, Jim Levitt, SMU DC, Tim DeWider, the Oregon DC, who's possibility, Will Muschamp, Jim Leonard from Wisconsin. Love to get Jim Leonard, but he ain't leaving Wisconsin. The two guys that are from Iowa, Heacock from ISU, Parker from Iowa, Jim Knowles at Oklahoma State, Todd Gratham is unemployed right now. I don't want him. Wasn't he the dude?
I don't want Todd Gratham.
Right. And then we got the other. Then we got more guys. Mike Tressel, Zach Arnett, Doug Belk from Houston. The one guy that I think could be a possibility is Glenn Schumann. He is the co-DC at Georgia and does inside linebackers. I could see that being a possibility. David Reeves and then Brad Lambert. And those are the names.
Out of all those names, whoever Mario's connected to the most is getting a job.
I need Third and Grantham taken off that list, though.
Please, yes, Grantham.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you this: the Oklahoma State guy's gone. He went to Ohio State, so.
Now
Okay.
I'll take that Iowa DC all day long. Iowa's got a hell of a defense.
Correct. Yeah, that's the two guys
can
that
I-
we're talking about.
You know what? That guy that's at Iowa, see, it's nice that he has a good defense and he's comfortable with it and he's coaching well and can he come over here with the culture that's over here
Correct.
and recruit for us?
That's
what you
exactly
gotta-
what's written.
Guys, you got to pay attention to stuff like that because here's the thing: it's not about just what they're doing at their place. It's that you got to bring a guy in that understand that when he walks into these living rooms and these area schools and you're speaking to these coaches and these kids and these grandparents and they have to have a good understanding of what's really going on. You got to be willing to really eat the food. You can't act like you're going to eat the food. You got to sit there and eat the food.
Well, it's more just will their defenses translate to what we do
It's
down
more
here?
than that. It's
You
more
know,
than
I
that.
hear your point, but I find it completely invalid. I really do. 'Cause
Okay.
You've had multiple guys come into Miami that people said didn't fit the culture and did absolutely amazing.
Jimmy Johnson.
Butch Davis.
No, not head coach. No, guys, I'm talking about most of these recruiters, these defensive coordinators and assistant coaches. They're going to be doing some of the heavy lifting before Mario comes in and do what he needs to do. I'm talking about the fire starters, the guy that's get to fire it up, and they're going to be the one that keep reminding these kids, "We love you, we love you, we love you. We want you to come to Miami. We love you, we love you." Those are the guys that's got to be able to go speak the lingo. Just got to go speak and a good understanding of what's going on in the area, neighborhood, everything, the whole culture.
True.
Now, I will say this. He, at this point, he's too old to be a coach, but I will take him to head up my recruiting department any day because he is an absolute elite talent evaluator, and that's Butch Davis.
Right. But
I'll take that
he's not
guy,
coming
of
back.
course.
100%.
And I think that would be a good thing because the guys that Mario's going to involve now, our former players and stuff, he's going to love just being around. Lovely. I'll take it. I'll take it.
If there was ever a chance, if there was ever a chance of Butch coming back to this university in a role like that, not of any other kind of role, but in a role like that, now is the time. Now is the time with Mario here because of his connection with Butch. But I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but I could see it gaining more weight to the conversation than it has in the past.
It's possible.
Yeah,
It's really possible.
And that's exactly what I mean. It's strictly head up your recruiting department. It's basically an office job. Go around, obviously, sit in people's living rooms. But like I said, at this point, Butch Davis is 70 years old. That's about all I'd want him for.
I don't look, in all reality, I don't even think he has to do that. He could just sit at UM and wait for them to bring him paperwork on everybody, let him look at film and say, okay, go get him, go look at him, and just be a I don't know even what the word I'm looking for. But just being
Talent
the,
evaluator.
yeah, just being the dude that just sits there and tells you what to go after.
How many guys from FIU are getting transferred to all these programs? Like with the kicker we got, like Butch Davis finds these friggin' 3 stars and they're 5 stars.
Great
point. That's why I said Butch Davis.
Not to mention, there's an offensive lineman right now coming out of FIU that everybody's
three stars. I don't know if I love him. I don't know if I love him though, but you get a good point.
Look, Butch is good. There's no denying that. And in a role like that, I can actually see him succeeding and doing well. And I think it would work for him. The point is, will UM allow him back? Unfortunately, there are still people that have, bridges burned with him. And it's, I don't want to say no. I don't want to say yes. I'm just saying if there was ever a time that the possibility could be real, right now is that time.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it all.
What would his primary role be?
To just be a talent, to sit in an office, watch film, and tell younger guys that are in recruiting, okay, I like this dude, go after him. I like this dude, go after him, and just see what comes of it.
And be a tremendous ambassador. Just be a tremendous ambassador.
And I'm not saying at all that it would or should happen, but he's who I would put in that position if it was me.
I got no problem with it.
Hey guys, I'm for it, man. Listen, he doesn't even want to do some of the stuff anymore. But I also think he's going to take that job if he takes the job, and he's going to want to do the best he can. And that's it.
Why not? Yeah, but it's
a
cake job.
Yeah, and the reason I think it would be possible is because of what has come out of Butch's mouth about wanting to be back in Miami if the opportunity arose.
I just think that the right people are in place right now to give him an honest and open ear.
Yeah, and the iron is hot. The iron is hot, and what they're going to pretty much do almost anything that Mario asks right now. If he asks for that, he's going to get it.
That's what I mean, though, is that the right people are in place to actually allow the conversation to have legs to walk with.
Yeah, and I just got a text from somebody. Apparently, the reason that Mario was going after Joe Brady is because he's known Joe Brady most of his life. Joe Brady was born and raised in Miami Gardens.
Yeah, that's he was brought up here. He went to.
You got to pay attention to the tea leaves and the connection. He's not going to bring nobody in the building that he doesn't trust and think that would be able to follow the protocol. Not necessarily be a yes man for him, but understand what the mission statement is and what the ultimate goal, what the end game, and what are we going to attack this. They're looking to listen, guys. We want our respect back, and he's trying to get it. Hands down.
That's what I was saying before. That's why Cristobal is offense coordinator at Oregon. Moorhead used to be Joe Brady used to be his assistant when he was at Penn State. So that's part of the ties. But I think a name that a lot of people don't. Clint Hurt. I forgot. I think it might have been Miami Flow. I forgot who mentioned his name. Someone mentioned his name on one of these YouTubers, and I forgot. But Clint Hurt could be a name to look at too.
He's with Seattle, but you know what the problem is, though, guy. I think he still have to do a show cause. I think he has to do a show cause to the NCAA of why he should be hired in college again. One of the reasons why he stayed in the league because he got caught up in the whole thing that happened when we had to let the guys. The NCAA really came with Shapiro and all that. I think we don't want to kind of bring that back. That's going to bring back conversation.
He was in college. I think it was the Louisville thing. I don't think it was the Miami thing.
And that's going to be the problem.
To Miami too.
And that's going to be the problem with Jeremy Pruitt because Tennessee just got busted while Jeremy Pruitt was head coach for paying players.
I don't think Jeremy Pruitt's coming, so I don't really think it needs. I don't
think it's a cultural fit. Hart knows things. He knows how to get the guys out of here and stuff like that. But I think the NCAA still have him on a show cause, meaning he has to sit down and go through hours of reason why Miami got to sign up these letters and put these things together. I don't think they need to do that. He's a defensive lineman coach. Yes, he can recruit for us, but I think the kitty is full enough out there for us to go get a guy that could do what he's doing now. Let him stay in the goddamn NFL and do what the hell he wants to do. I just don't want to. I don't want to go through that again with the NCAA.
He's good though.
I think Mario made it abundantly clear that he is going to do things that will bring the least amount of unnecessary bad spotlight upon this school as humanly possible, and I don't blame him for that.
Because God knows they've done plenty of that themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I got you.
Listen. Every little interview that Mario does in the next 3 or 4 days,
I'm going to watch every single one of them anyway because I want to hear what he has to say, and I want to hear some of these questions that's going to be a little different. And I want to, if he ever gets on ESPN, he won't be up there cutting up peanut butter bread like goddamn Mark Richt. Okay, he's going to be getting down to freaking business.
Well,
And
it
talking business.
depends. I mean, what else is he really going to say that he hasn't already addressed in the press conference?
Well, maybe he has different nuggets, man. You don't know that.
I know.
I'm just, but he, the point is that up until things get rolling with getting a staff together and getting into camp and all that kind of stuff, there's not really a whole lot else that he could really
Not
throw
true.
out
You know
there.
why? Not true. Because most of the time you do these interviews and stuff because you can't necessarily contact some of the kids. You're sending messages by doing that. You kind of get the message out there with, the kids and parents still want to hear some of this stuff. Okay.
Whoever he's interested in, he's going to call them directly and tell them.
Well, here's a question for you then. Like how you saying this, has he called Kamani yet? And have he made that phone call? Because his daddy was saying that.
Yeah, right. His dad said, but he just got here. So is he going to call everybody in 2 seconds? No, but he will call everybody that he wants.
Have you heard that he called him?
I heard exactly what was said, is that apparently his dad said that he hasn't heard anything yet. Okay.
And usually in the first 24 hours, that's real big on these guys. I'm not.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. We don't know. What if Mario starts doing his research and he decides that he wants to go in another direction? I mean, I don't know.
That's fine. That's what I was asking. I hope he keep Graves. I want Graves to be I want Graves to be around. I don't know. The guy's hurt right now anyway, but I'm not saying that should be something that we shouldn't go after. I want all the top kids. I'm greedy now. I want to get real greedy. I want all the top kids.
I gotta throw this out there because, and I'm sure most people get this. This was my overarching point with Manny, and I'm gonna have the same exact point because I keep a consistent argument. We can't be trying to push this guy out the door year 3 if he's not in the playoffs.
Well, no, I don't think they can't.
Most reasonable people won't, but you're going to get the percentage of the quote unquote fan base that's going to fill boards and whatnot with all kinds of unnecessary crap. That's just unavoidable.
And I mean, even still though, this is our 6th coach.
If he don't win the national championship next year, hire him.
Exactly.
I mean, at the end of the day, a big reason Miami isn't successful is because this is our 6th coach in 18 years.
But Slim, let me push back on that.
It's because of
Slim, let me push that. Let me push back on that when you're done. Let me push back on it. Go ahead.
My overarching point is there's not a program ever that will succeed turning over coaches like that.
Well,
wait. Well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why real quick. Because we've hired unproven coaches. This is the first time, besides Mark Richt, that we've hired an actual coach. Everyone else has been upgrades from fucking a horrible team. Manny Diaz was upgraded from Mark Richt's staff. Larry Coker, Randy Shannon, that's all that was. That's
let
why.
me piggyback.
Al Golden was a legit hire. That was a guy that was working his way up from smaller schools to bigger schools.
He was stubborn as shit. So
he was, no doubt.
Let me piggyback.
I'm just saying, at the time of him being hired, that was the natural progression in Al Golden's career.
Okay, fine. Well, let me piggyback that. Hold on for a second, guys. Let me piggyback. Notwithstanding the 2 losses he just had against Utah, because you know what? At the end of the day, he still had a big time team in Oregon. See, one of the reasons why we ran some of these guys out of town is who we was losing to and when we was losing to them. Okay. Now, if he's here in 3 years and he's still losing to Duke and he's still losing to these basketball schools, then people are going to say he needs to get rid of it. But if he's losing big games and the team look like an outfit and looks like a team, we're going to give him time. And you know why he guaranteed that? Because he got a 10-year contract. So he know he's not going anywhere in 3 years. That's the reason why he wanted that contract.
Not only that, you got to look back at all them other coaches you naming since, in the past decade or so. The school was never were 100% sold, obviously, because they never signed any of them to no long-term deal. So they were pretty much already thinking that they was only going to give them 3-4 years to see what they was going to do anyway.
Just in case they have embarrassing losses.
But a rebuttal to that, these 10-year coaching deals are a relatively new thing in college football.
Okay, can I go?
Right.
Can I go? All right.
Yeah.
This is the first coaching hire that this school has had in history that's involved opening up the pocketbook to the extent of which that we're doing. We still don't know what they're going to do as far as the coaching staff goes and the money they're putting up for that. We don't know what they're going to do as far as facility upgrades. We don't know what they're going to do as far as the internal things as far as nutrition, as far as what they're going to do with strength and conditioning, as far as what they're going to do with just about everything that involves the money that's coming in now. There's a lot of different things that play here that were never in play before that will have a huge impact on what we're going to see going forward. Then you
know
have
why?
to factor
We got
that
a
in.
gold standard.
And
We
I
got a
think it's
gold
going.
standard as a coach now. Before we didn't have a gold standard.
And I think
He's
this probably
gold
going to be
standard.
the biggest staff. I think it's going to be the biggest staff we've ever had in school history.
We got a Kobe steak. We didn't have
We
hamburger meat.
We have a bona fide, legitimate, real billionaire that's worth like multi-billions of dollars that's absolutely going vocal and saying that he's willing to back this school, the football part of it, even if, let's say, the entire athletic department, he's willing to back this school financially in a way that we've never been backed before. That's never happened here. So this is a whole different era that we're walking into right now. You know so there's a lot of things. Go ahead.
That guy, you know, the first person to call him, these kids that's thinking about coming to the school in the NIL, I have my representation call that dude right away and try to get me a local deal in the neighborhood because guess what? He'd be willing to pour the money into to come my way. It's a lot of
Are you talking about Lambert, the guy that the MMA guy from American
Not
Top
only
Team?
him, I'm also talking about Ruiz. If he's willing to put them to catch up, that means I'm going to get my representation because, you know, guys, the kids could get represented now while they're in college. They could have an actually agent represent them. It's just as long as they don't talk about future representation, but we know that gets talked about anyway.
But this is what I'm saying, though, is as far as that we've never had this type of financial push before. So now that we have this, we have to at least see. We're only 2 days into it.
And opportunity. Because he even said it today about the NIL. He said, listen, I'm back at a time when this is a whole different type of a ball game.
Yes.
And I'm back for it. I'm all for it. He said, yeah, I'm all for it. I'm in.
Right.
The time is now. He's gold standard, man. I don't care.
That's why to compare anything else that's happened is, and I'm not saying that anybody's wrong for comparing it. You have to wipe the slate clean from everything else that's gone on because we're about to walk into an entirely different era. Now, am I saying that it's going to be, you know, unicorns and rainbows the whole way through? No, absolutely not. But there's so much more to look forward to now compared to what it was in the past. So
do you think Mario's going to practice ones against ones? Is that a fair enough question? Are we going to practice ones against ones?
Mario's going to do what Mario does as a coach.
Honestly, I doubt that because even Alabama doesn't practice ones against ones.
Neil says, Noel says, Cristobal is attending Central's practice right now and is going to visit Earl Little and Nigel Kelly in home tonight.
That's what I'm talking about.
Come on, man. Come on. Hey, I heard a story, guys. Hey, guys, I heard a crazy story that at that cookout that we had, the barbecue at the beginning of the year, when all those kids was playing all those games and hanging around, the assistant coach was talking to the kids. I heard that Manny didn't go up and speak to these parents or the kids.
He's gone, dude. I'm sorry, but I don't want to keep beating a dead horse.
Slim, that was for you too, though.
I think Slim went away.
No, I'm here. I'm just I'm at work and I'm trying to back up a big ass trailer at this very second.
Don't hit nobody, please.
No, there ain't nobody out here to hit.
Don't worry, I'm not back there. You don't got to run me over.
You need to keep Manny in the past tense, man. Forget about
it. I hear what you're saying, but it's like whatever.
And I mean, my point about, you know, it's not just when I say, you know, let's actually give Mario the time. You know, I'm old enough to remember when this fan base was out there with pitchforks and torches ready to run Butch Davis out of town, too.
They did it to Jimmy Johnson.
Exactly. People just need to chill, give this man the time. Let's see what he can do.
Jimmy Johnson's first year, he came in after winning a national title and went 8-5, and people wanted to kill him.
Yep.
I was like 14, 15 years old at the time. I remember that because I didn't know who the hell Jimmy Johnson was when they hired him. They said, Jimmy Johnson, new head coach. I was like, who the hell is Jimmy Johnson? Nobody knew who he was.
Yep.
And then he went 8-5, and everybody was like, get this dude out of here. And then he turned it around somewhat, and thankfully, and, you know, became the legend that he is. So everybody needs to relax, let the process play out.
And Jimmy just endorsed Mario, by the way.
We got an Oregon fan in here.
Oh, go ahead.
I love him and good recruiter, stand-up guy, talk to our sports writers, radio. guy. He is good dude, but happy he is gone. His offense sucks.
That's why he gonna have to get that coordinator.
Oh, I thought you had him on the phone.
And I mean, he's got a valid point, and that was kind of my point earlier. There are legitimate criticisms to Mario's time at Oregon, and putting together a staff was part of it. They were
But
not
Slim,
a big fan of his offensive hire at all, and
but
I'm gonna be
Slim,
honest.
And
I
more
think
heads
his
not
offense.
coming.
Yeah, I know.
think Slim, I think his offense sucked because that quarterback sucked too.
Yes, Anthony Brown was terrible. We were watching a game. Me and T2Y were going off on that.
Okay, hey, that quarterback suck. That's a transfer that Mario brought in.
Right, and you're correct. You're right.
And Justin Herbert got worse when Mario was there.
I think that's unfair to happen to him. It was more
that same quarterback that we seen Mario had. That same quarterback beat the brakes off Manny Diaz.
Oh,
but you got to look at the situation he's walking into right now. He knows what he's walking into with the quarterback situation, so he's got pressure not to fuck it up. So he's got that in the back of his mind.
Yeah, but if he's got Joe Brady as OC, he'll be all right.
But I just said he's going to learn. You learn from your experience is the best teacher, and he'll be the first to tell you he's not done learning. The biggest thing here, though, on Slim is the excitement and the way we're going to be able. Listen, we're not going to get it right 100%. Nothing is 100%. No. But what we've been going through, as a fan base over here, he's going to change that.
I hope so.
I mean, listen though. I wasn't born last night. There was this kind of excitement with the fan base when Mark Richt came in.
No way.
Yes, there was.
Yes.
No, not even. Not at this extent. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Nah.
In my opinion, it was.
We was hoping. And we felt good, but we
glad to be rid of. We were just glad to get rid of.
Exactly.
And listen. Let's not forget. Everybody thought, oh my God, back then that Miami was opening up the pocketbook because they had never paid a coach $4 million a year before.
That's correct.
Well, this is correct. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Everybody got excited when we built the IPF because the Silvers popped in 18 million and Rick put in 1 million, and then we end up building a $40 million facility, which is
we got excited. I think we
are behind everybody else in college football. It's not even funny, but I am happy it's there. Don't get me wrong. But ours at 40 million compared to everybody else's, who's well north of 100 million, just makes you sit and wonder. But okay,
you know what? We were relieved, and guess what? All we need is a place for them guys to get on from the water. We're going to put speed in there. Listen, it's scary that we have that facility. It's scary because guess what? The talent that we're going to bring in there, I don't care if it's $100 facilities. Well, all we need is somewhere to bring our guys in when it rains, and we got that now. And guess what?
I think with Van Dyke there, and then you got Garcia behind him. Like I think Cristobal knows he's got to bring in an offensive minded coordinator.
Yep,
absolutely.
I'd say Van Dyke is. I don't even want to sound like I'm just over pumping the guy, but he is really, really good. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
he's really good.
And he's big.
I would
have a big arm.
Hold on a second. We got Young Jedi on here. Young Jedi, what's your thoughts on Mario Cristobal?
Young Jedi.
I mean, he's a great hire. He's way better than Manny, but people talking about a 10-win season next year coming up. No, I don't think he's that proven of a coach. I mean, he's a good coach, but it's still finna take some time with me because his offense don't look that good. Y'all saying, oh, it's okay that he lost to Utah 2 times, and they put up a fight 2 times. I mean, I can see if it would have lost and both was a fight or one was a fight, but to get
they were not a fight
like that, I don't.
Hey, Young Jedi, if we won those games, we might not get him. So I'm glad he lost.
And also, Young Jedi, you got to remember too that.
So when we play,
you're right.
when we get to the NCC championship and stuff like y'all said, we play Clemson and we get mollywopped every year. Y'all
we won't get mollywopped this time. We could. Hey, Young Jedi, let's put a bet on it.
Well, I mean, now hang on. Now he's got a valid point, and he's skirting along the same point that I am.
Yeah, but I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood for nobody to come on here right now and say, "What if we lose?" Let's say what. Let's get to that game and hope we win the game.
And also,
we're going so negative right now.
People also gotta, you also gotta remember it's gonna be like drastic changes in a short period of time.
Exactly.
All new coaching staff. people got to pick. I mean, there's a lot
That's
of
what
stuff
I'm saying.
got to happen. So
That's why we're
you
not
can't
gonna
really
win
just
10
expect,
games
like you
our
said, you
first.
can't expect like a 10-win season right
I
away.
wasn't talking that, but
All
I'm
right.
saying why
How
are we
about
talking about losing it? Why are we talking about losing the ACC game right now? I want to
how
win
about
that game.
all right, listen, how about we all been sitting here talking for a while, let the young man speak his piece.
But this
If the young man
negativity
wants
is
to let him, he's not being negative. He's just throwing different perspectives out there.
negative.
Another thing is I don't know. Like he's a great recruiter, but no coach is finna lock down South Florida. That's where majority of recruits come out of. These kids are still gonna go to Texas
You know
A&M,
that.
Alabama, and Georgia. I don't know why y'all think we finna just lock this thing down. It's not gonna go like that. For him to really lock it down, it would take 5 years.
That was
We have to win championships until he start. Oh, I want to grow up and be
Young
our
Jedi, who did you want, Jedi? Young Jedi, who did you want?
sorry, T2I, that was
Who did you want, Young Jedi?
I mean, I'm good with Mario.
No, but okay, you're good with him, but who did you want?
I wanted Lane Kiffin, so we at least have a
Exactly.
good
That's why you're
offense.
talking like this. So guess what? Lane Kiffin could have came and lost that ACC game also.
Yeah, he could have.
So that way, so we're at the same place you at right now.
But I'm saying, like, Mario, I wanted Kiffin because he was going to bring in a great offense. I don't know what our offense, our defense really should have.
Well, we just got Brady. You like Brady?
we don't. It is nothing has been confirmed yet.
Yeah, like
Jedi got some real concerns though. You can't say he
can't
should.
Well, I
do
would have
that, man.
well, like this. My concern for Lane would have been that he would have came, lost that championship game, like you were saying, the ACC, and still left us.
You know,
Barry ain't going nowhere. How
you
about
guys
that?
are like projecting things that have no sense of realism to them. We don't.
That's
We're
right.
predicting the future here. If I can
That's
do that,
right.
bro,
That's right.
give me 6 numbers for Saturday night. That's all I want.
That's right.
That's what I'm
Me
hearing.
too.
I'm hearing projections.
Give me two. Give me two.
That's what I'm hearing too. But I'm hearing that we might lose that game. Let's not project that we may lose that game. Let's wait for it.
Yeah, but I mean,
For all the negative, things with the Mario situation or whatever, he hasn't played a game yet.
correct.
I don't know
And
why
that was
and
my
y'all
point.
putting expectations on him already. Y'all
Right.
need to let him be a coach. That's what
So
I'm
young
saying.
Jedi,
Like all the
you
people
wouldn't be
saying,
putting you wouldn't put
you-
expectation on Lane. You wouldn't be putting expectation on Lane.
So you paying a guy more
no,
than $8 million
I would have
to
said
do
at
it,
least
you don't
our
have an
offense is supposed to
expectation
be
for
good.
him?
But he still could lose that championship game, right?
It don't matter. I'm not even worried about like.
Yes,
I'm
you
just
are worried
saying,
about because you
y'all
just
the
said that
people
he
y'all
might lose
saying
that game.
That's what I'm going off of y'all predictions. Y'all saying ACC championship next
We
season.
never said that. We said I never said that.
I've never said
Well,
that.
a lot of people in the chat said that.
Well, that's the chat.
I'm
You'd
just
have to
saying.
have that conversation with them in the chat.
Exactly. We never said anything. We're not even. We're trying to get our defensive coordinators down. We keep bumping into the guy and keep letting him not come out and make his list. We were nobody. I can't remember anybody talking about winning no championship in the ACC. We didn't get that far yet. I'm just not in the mood right now for no negativity, man. Here's the thing: Lane or anybody else would have came had a chance to lose that game. Also, let's put the chips together and let's win that game. Because guess what? We've been losing that game. Let's talk about how can we win that game. Let's not talk about how we can lose that game.
We haven't been losing that game. We only went to the game once.
He's got a valid point because if you only think about the best and only expect the best when the worst happens, then you're ready to run people out of town.
But doesn't that go for doesn't that go for the USC coach? Doesn't that go for Kelly over there at LSU? It goes for everybody. We finally got the gold standard guy. Let's talk about how we could win, man. We know what losing feels like already. We know what losing feels like already. I'm glad we didn't get Lane. How about that?
Okay. I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, and I'm just saying we could lose that game with
like
Lane
Mario.
too.
Bro, how could let the guy speak, dude? Damn. Go ahead, Jedi. Say your stuff, bro.
I'm just saying, Mario's a good coach, but bro, how y'all talking? I guess it's great to talk y'all coach up, but everybody got their head too hyped for this next season coming up. I don't like.
All right, so I just got some heads up that Mario's headed to Wesley Basaint's house.
Well, come say, hey, call. Hey, reach out back to us.
What he said?
Game.
Huh?
He said 2-2-1?
He's headed to Wesley Basaint's house.
What's up, Malachi?
Well, he don't waste much time, does he? I give him that.
That's what you gotta love about him, man.
Hey, I completely agreed with everybody that he was most definitely an upgrade at head coach and at recruiter. I never
Guess
doubted
what?
that for a second.
And Diaz right now probably would have been still at the office looking for his car keys.
And guess what? After he leaves his house, you know where he's heading? He's heading down to Charlotte to lose the game.
He's doing what?
He's heading to Charlotte to lose that championship game after he leaves his house.
Oh, God.
Yes, that's right. I was annoyed by that. I'm annoyed by that.
Man, listen, I'm with you, Jamaica Kane. It's all
I'm annoyed by that today. Today is not the day for that.
I love the fact that we hired Mario Cristobal.
Yeah, today is not the day for that. Today is not the day for that.
But that man, hey, hang on.
Slim, man, you don't even say that because he's talking your story right now.
Hang on, that man's just got T2I. Hang on, that man got just as much right to put his opinion out as you do.
I understand that. I'm not killing his opinion. I'm saying I don't think today is the day for that.
But you are killing his opinion.
He's a 15-year-old kid calling a radio show just to talk, man.
Amongst men. I'm joking.
So let him talk.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking. I like the kid.
He's a good kid, man.
I'm joking, but I mean, but why come with the negativity?
He wasn't coming with negativity.
I'm coming with.
Listen,
he's coming with realism.
Okay. Some Shady, tell me a few things.
When Mario come in here and you win the championship and all that in his first year, when we drinking Henny and all that, we'll just give Jedi some point.
Hey, young Jedi, do me a favor. I'll listen right now. Give me 2 or 3 things that you think he's going to do well.
I mean, I think he's going to be better than Manny. I think he'll be on the kids more.
Well,
we have more.
That's 100 things already.
Let him continue, though. Let him continue. Go ahead. Finish. Let me hear 2 more.
I think we'll finally tackle in practice and learn how to tackle.
Correct.
He'll look like a football team.
Correct.
But even doing all these things, you still got to do a lot more to be a playoff team.
Correct.
And that goes to everybody, doesn't it, young Jedi? I'm feeling that way. I'm talking to the kid.
Manny Diaz. All right, gotcha. Thank you. I just ordered 12 dozen donuts for Manny Diaz, by the way.
Hey, man, y'all leave Manny Diaz alone, man.
No, we're not going to lose him. Man. He lost some terrible game, and our team looked like garbage on the field at times.
He's gone.
I hear young Jedi though, man. He just don't want to. He just don't want to get caught up like like in the past. He just wanted to be balanced.
Well, I didn't want to get. I'm glad I don't got to get caught up with Lane. I'm glad I don't got to get caught up with him.
So I hear.
Hear that? I don't want nobody coming in. It's all about him, and making jokes on the internet.
That's right, bro. That's right. Hey, listen, you remember? Did you hear that one thing that Mario said about like he want people there that really care about the program? You know what I'm saying? And like you said about Lane, man.
Hey, man, this ain't the night for that one thing. I ain't in the mood for that one thing. As a matter of fact, I need your email.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Oh, man. That's funny. We both said it at the same time. That's funny. But yeah, man. I'm enjoying it, guys. But listen, I just not today, man. Like with the negative. Come on, man. Please.
He wasn't being negative.
Stop trying to be his lawyer. Stop.
He wasn't being negative.
Who's saying this? Who's this? Who's this? Wait, hold on, young Jedi. Hold on. The one that saying stop, he wasn't being negative. Who did you want to bring in?
I didn't care. I wanted somebody other than Manny.
Okay, so give me 2 or 3 things that you think Mario's going to do well.
No.
see, and that's the overall point that Jedi's trying to make.
Not crazy.
You're only trying to focus on what he can do well.
No, I was joking around with that because what I was trying to do, I was trying to see what he won't, but he can't stay good.
A lot of people are trying to ignore the downside of it, and there's a downside to everybody.
To everything.
You know what it is?
But it's some bad downside.
People don't want to get all optimistic. They don't want to get all hyped and everything. And then
because the guy before spooked us. Because the guys before spooked us. We've lost our edge.
We've lost our edge. We've been losing for the past 15 years. So Nobody
Yeah.
can find it anymore.
And that's when Young Jedi was a baby. So he's
4
been
and
spooked.
5-star coaches. 4 and 5-star coaches. Remember that, fellas. 4 and 5-star coaches. That's what's going to change around.
Hey, we can't change the motto now, man. Hey, you gotta show. I'm still on that. You gotta show me. I get it, but let's see it. You know what I'm saying? Not to say I don't believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, but
I ain't gonna talk till I start seeing it.
But like dude saying, we've never seen the program shell out money like they're finna do.
Right.
We've never seen that.
Exactly.
That's great.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So there's hope there, man. There's hope there.
We got hope. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
And see, I don't think just because you're spending money that you should be hopeful. Just because you can
Oh,
spend money
God,
on shit.
man.
What? I mean, you spend money, you go bring in top-notch coaches. Isn't that what money gonna bring you?
So Slim, would you say that also for Georgia? Would you say that you're only saying that because of us? You're only
That's
saying
right.
that because of us.
No,
Nick
as a matter of fact, I'm not. Because the only guarantee of win is to hire Nick Saban. Outside of that, there are no guarantees.
No.
Well, okay. So what are we do? What are we doing this for then, man? Let's just all hang up. Let's just act like and just wait for the spring. What are we doing then?
Okay.
I'm just saying, if we that trash,
I'm with you, Jamaica Kane. I'm keeping it positive, man. Man, listen, Mario.
Because if that's how you're going to feel, Slim, we could say that for 90% of the programs. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We can only say that for 6% of this program because there's only 6 that's going to these New Year's ball anyway, right? All the rest of those games don't matter. Who cares with all these other ball games?
I think that's the overall problem with college football. The bowl games do matter.
Yeah, we're going to the Tony the Tiger Cereal Bowl.
Hey man, I didn't mind.
What? How do you think any team gets better? You get 30 more hours of practice and another game against competition to get better.
But to your point,
we play this game the day before New Year's.
And don't the program get money for it?
Half of the team's probably gonna opt out.
Don't the program get money for these bowls?
Yeah.
Almost 5.5 million.
And I think the ACC gets more for that. Like they get 7, we keep 5 or something like that. But listen, again, Slim. So let's just be careful then, because as soon as you make that statement, I don't like that because why is it that it's only this guy keep losing his voice?
It's not surprising that you don't like something.
I'm going to make the point. I'm still going to make the point. You can lose your rep all you want. I'm still going to make the point. If we finally have money thrown at us, our program. Why can't we fall into the same lines that everybody else that's been succeeding when the money been thrown at them? Why has it got to be that we might fail at it? Why has it got to be? Because we've been burned for so long.
Wait a minute.
I'm
not saying you Jedi, not you Jedi. That's for Slim.
Was there any guarantee when Alabama hired Nick Saban? No, there wasn't.
Oh my God.
No,
how many hires been after Saban? How many schools have hired people and put money in their program? How many schools have done that after him? Your example was, we've been doing a good job so far.
You're acting like there's no risk involved in it.
But there's risk everywhere. There's risk in big business.
Schools have been putting money into the program long before Saban got to Alabama.
Say it again.
But to Jamaica Kane's point, he is right. Like as a fan, you know what I'm saying? This is a reason for us to get excited regardless.
All right, so here, let's shift this thing, man. Let's go down this thing. All the
hold on, TTY. Let me say let me say this one last thing, TTY. Let's look at Michigan. Michigan basically been on the same thing that we've been on, guys. I mean, they ain't had that much like history and championships like we have, but they've been a program that's back in days, they weren't doing anything. Look how long they took to, they had to put things together to get to the place where they are right now, man.
Thank you.
So
and that's exactly my point.
Right. No, your point is you would have fired Jim a long time ago. That's your point.
That's right.
No, I wouldn't, as a matter of fact.
Right,
yeah, okay.
Well, we got Mario as a coach, so
don't worry.
Because literally, hang on, because literally I come on this show week after week after week and say, you got to quit firing people every 3 years. You're never going to build a program doing that.
Yeah,
I've said that.
I've heard you say that.
Well, listen, Let's
do this. Let's everybody talk all the positives. Forget all the negatives because nothing negative happened yet.
Let Slim go first because I want to hear this.
Go ahead, Slim.
What'd you say? I'm sorry. I heard what he said.
List all the pros for bringing Mario.
Your automatic upgrade in recruiting. I do believe Mario's better head coach right now than Manny, obviously. And, to the overall point that they're finally opening the pocketbook. Yes, that's a good sign. Not a guarantee, but it's a good sign.
Let me go next, TTY. Let me go next.
Go ahead.
So listen, the press conference today. Dude, you had Brian McKinney. You had Joaquin. Come on.
Joaquin said dominate. Joaquin said dominate.
You know Joaquin hates people saying that?
Guess what? The culture, listen, the culture, man, that's the biggest thing. A lot of these kids, man, like I got 3 boys, right? My youngest son, he a Florida State fan. But I told my wife, I said, you know what? It ain't his fault. He's 13 years old. He ain't never seen Miami dominate. He never seen that. So this is to me, when I seen that, all those players that were there, man, just to support Mario, man, a lot of these kids, they didn't know nothing about that, because from what I was hearing, that a lot of the ex-players didn't like Manny, or they were not allowed to be around the program. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how true that is. That's what I just heard. You know what I'm saying? So being that those guys are there, now these kids, they're these guys that won championships. You know what I'm saying? I'm always talking about,
Yeah,
to me, I think that's one of the biggest A plus.
I agree.
But can I say this now? I'm not trying to. I'm a Miami fan. I'm trying to be disrespectful, but kids these day and age, they really don't care about what Miami has done in the past.
Which is nothing. But go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. We supposed to say and reestablish this culture. They don't really care. No kids is growing up and be like, I want to go to Miami. That's why we not finna lock down Miami.
That's not true, Jung. We just had a kid committed to us without a head coach or AD or anything.
I don't think so. Yeah,
all
I
right,
don't believe that. Kids love Miami.
All right, so
yeah, be careful with that, man.
They want to
be
see us
careful with
win.
that.
They want to see us win.
Jedi, shift gear, Jedi. List some positives for bringing in.
Yeah, because you just did it again, man. That's not. We just had a kid that's a lone commit that had nothing to do coming, and he came anyway. Let's come on, Jedi. Come on, man. We're giving you a chance here, buddy. Come on.
Brandon Ennis. What about Brandon Ennis?
What about?
I'm saying Mario's a good
talking about
coach.
the crib now.
It's a great hire.
He talking about the crib now.
A lot of people talking about the crib as soon as that hire came. But no, let's be good. No, Jedi, finish. We don't want to take your time. Go ahead, finish up.
I'm just saying, Mario's a good coach. He's a way better coach than Manny. We brought him in. That's my positivities. I don't know what he's going to do. I'm not going to put all these expectations on him his first 2 years. I mean, other people going to do, talking about ACC championships and all these wins. I don't think he's going to do all that his first year, because he's still a coach. He's still human.
What do you think he's going to do his first 2 years, Jedi? Let me hear it. You can lose your breath all you want, but go ahead.
Man.
My hope is 12-0. That's my hope.
7-5 next year.
What? Nah, I ain't thinking about that. I want 12-0. I'm a Miami King. I ain't gonna never hope for no loss, man. I'm 12-0.
7-5.
12-0.
Nick Saban could come to Miami. I still would think somewhere around 7-5.
Oh wow!
And then we have a bowl game, but guys, it's still his first year. This is gonna be his first year. That's why.
Jedi, you just haven't. You know what, Jedi? You haven't seen. You've seen us lose.
Let me ask you guys this.
That's right. It's not his fault.
Let me ask you guys this. Have you heard of a guy called Calvin Banks?
I've heard. Yeah, I think so. Wow, what's going on?
Offensive lineman, 5-star, 6'5", 300.
You know who I want? I want that big Spanish kid that was number 77. That big.
Hold on, let TTY finish.
He was done.
Calvin Banks.
No, he wasn't done.
Okay, good.
He has interest in Miami now, all of a sudden. I'm just saying.
Come on, man. I'm hoping for 12-0. I don't care what y'all say.
I don't know about 12-0 now, because we got Texas A&M.
If I'm wrong, I'm just wrong. But I'm hoping for 12-0.
Yeah, but I ain't talking no 7-5. Come on,
I ain't
man.
talking.
Man, I'm just gonna say people gonna come to realize when we finna play A&M and people gonna put in their predictions thinking we gonna
We
win
gonna
the
whoop
league.
them.
And yep,
We
and
gonna
then we
whoop
gonna
them.
get smacked, and then we gonna come back
We
to
gonna
real
whoop
life.
them.
And that's all I want to
But you see,
No
but you see,
A&M. We don't see no
hold on one
A&M.
second though. But hold on, hey, Ty, see what I'm talking about? Young Jedi. That's out of 7 things you said, you still went back and say 5 negative
You know why Jedi is like that?
because he's
Because he ain't never seen us win like we
That's
saw.
right. That's right, TTY. That's right.
Well,
like I told you about my
He ain't never
son.
seen.
Guess
He
what?
ain't never seen Joaquin dominate.
Well,
That's
guess
right.
what?
That's right.
Guess
You
what?
don't know nothing about that.
I have, and anybody that wants to put money on that game, I'll take Texas A&M.
But Slim, you eat peppers for a living, man.
Slim, you'll bet against Miami Hurricanes, man.
In that game,
You would
like
bet
money.
against. Dude,
You
I
know
don't care what.
the good
You gonna
thing.
bet against
Here's a
Miami
good
Hurricanes.
thing. Here's a good thing. We don't play them the first game. We play them the second game. So we'll see what we look like defensively and offensively against Southern Miss.
Guess what I'm more a fan of than Miami.
We'll get a warm-up game to see if what the deal is going to be with Texas A&M.
Guess what I'm more of a fan of than I am Miami. I'm more of a fan of money.
Hey man, me too, bro. Me too. But I can't see myself ever sitting in front of a television set and root for Miami Hurricanes to lose.
I never have either.
I'm 47 years old, bro. I cannot do that, man. I cannot do that.
Well, rooting for them to lose and betting on them to lose because you want to make money are two different things. Let's try to keep that in mind.
Listen, I made a lot of bets this year and I lost every one of them, so I ain't doing that. I bet it was gonna beat Bama, lost. Bet it was gonna beat Florida State, lost. Bet it was gonna beat North Carolina, lost.
God,
I know.
T2Y, you in concussion protocol for keep banking on them bets.
I think Manny owed me $200 because we shouldn't have lost to Florida State.
Nah, man.
I wonder if they could get that out of his buyout money.
But you know what? We got a healthy lead on Florida State, and it's not a fun rivalry if you win them all.
Hey, Henry Lee, this is for you, Henry Lee. Since you're talking about something, I ain't never seen Miami win. Win? You mean win, sir?
Not only he can't make no sense, he can't spell. That's a bad combination.
Okay, so
hey, didn't them Tuckers beat us for like 10 or 9 or 10 years straight? Didn't Florida State beat us for like 9 or 10 or 7? Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all want to hear something funny? The only bet I won this year is betting that Georgia will beat Florida.
Real quick, Miami, the all-time series, it's not that comfortable. It's 35-31 Miami.
Against Texas A&M?
Against Florida State.
Against Florida State? Hey, man, that's what it is. But listen, them
it's
games
better than the
always
lead we got against Florida.
Listen, them games always gonna be tough.
Yeah, we only got 2 games over Florida too. So
hey guys, look how Alabama played against Auburn. Them rivalry games is always gonna be tough. Michigan had a mission coming against Ohio State. They was on a mission. That's why that game wasn't ever close. But most of these games are close to these rivalries, man, because it's the rivalry. They get people coming back to the.
Miami leads Florida. Oh, I got bounced out, I guess.
No, that was not Jamaica. Just stopped talking out of nowhere.
Oh, I think he caught himself cut off.
So how all the good recruits was on Oregon this year. Our team is not going to be as good as that. And we seen what Mario do. Would y'all be disappointed? Because he lost to a Stanford team. Would y'all be disappointed if we lose to like a Pitt or something next year?
Oh, no.
No, losing to Stanford is
Everybody
like losing
loses.
to Duke. Well, Stanford and Duke have about the same record.
Everybody loses, man. It's part of the game.
That's what I'm saying. But people acting delusional now that we got Mario. We not finna be losing no more.
Like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, you weren't on here when I first got on. They were asking for predictions, and I said I'm not making no predictions because I have no idea what he's going to do as far as the staff. I have no idea what we're looking like in the spring game. I don't know who else is going to be on the team, considering that every time you have a new head coach, you're going to have turnover. So we're going to be getting new players. We're going to have some players leave. There's a lot of things that are going to happen before the first game of the season. So let's just get there first, and then we can start talking about what else is going to happen.
Listen,
That's
man,
just my point.
Well, let's get all our coaching staff first.
I'm like,
Yeah, I said that right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like Day on Friday. Everybody talking about we get Mario, we're gonna be like Alabama and them, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. We something like that.
Yeah.
Mario in here, get a good staff going, give him a couple of years. Yeah, we'll be something like that. I believe. I got faith.
I believe we'll be a lot better.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
Hello.
Yeah. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
How you feeling about Mario Cristobal as new head coach, man? Bring some life in him, man.
Who is this?
FCW.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, man, I love it. I mean, what's not to love?
There you go.
Don't ask that. Don't ask that.
No. I said that because I want to hear it. I want to rebuttal something.
We don't want to go down that road tonight.
I want smoke. All the smoke.
So what's the positive? What's the positive for bringing in Mario, boss?
I mean, Mario. First of all, he's a boss. He's an alpha dog.
That's right.
He brings recruiting. He got that clout. You know what I'm saying? Like when Mario came, like that got the attention of the nation. So all these kids in the nation, they looking at, you know what I'm saying? It's Bud. It ain't Manny Diaz. It ain't no regional type thing. It's a nationwide type thing. So a lot of these top kids, we gonna be in their top 5. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get interest. Just like when we got Mark Rick, just off this clout, we gonna get interest. So
I mean, he's been in the building. He's been in the building for almost not even a whole day now, and recruits already flipped upside down.
Yep.
Right. That's automatic.
That's right.
And then us knowing Mario, the worker that he is, this man gonna work. He gonna work. He gonna outwork all of them. Like he's a worker. He's up there with Kirby, and all the best.
And the kids that Mario could pull in right now, what would they say to Manny Diaz? Don't call us, we'll call you.
Manny who?
That's what they'll say to Manny. The kids that he can bring to Miami, they will tell Manny, don't call us, we'll call you.
Don't call us.
Right. Because Manny wasn't like that, dog. He was like, Manny was trying to manufacture hype. This man he embodies what Manny was trying. Basically, what I'm trying to say is Manny wasn't like that. He was trying to pose. He was a poser. Mario Cristobal is that. So, I mean, the only thing is, we're gonna have to see who the coordinators are. Which I see you got that Brady thing. What's going on with it?
Joe Brady is the new offensive coordinator.
And you heard that like something? Has it been reported?
My homie.
Streeter said that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's happening. Oh hell yeah, that shit gonna happen.
It probably will. I want to see it. I want to see it officially.
Hold on. You for sure he said that it's gonna happen, or he said that it's
no, Streeter put something out there that said he got hired.
Man, I ain't get that notification. He got y'all got a notification or something like that?
I had it up on the stream earlier with his tweet.
Correct.
Oh. Okay, that's what's up, man. Brady, man.
And now, as you can see, the Brady bunch, everybody's making the edits. It's all over the place.
Okay, so we know he's bringing Mirabal, and from what we hear, he's bringing Brian McClendon also, right? So
supposedly he's bringing his S&C coach. I believe his name is oh my God, I forgot the guy's name already.
Phil, yeah. Yeah. But I'm saying as far as like position coaches.
Right. Yeah, no. The guys you mentioned, that's what I read that supposedly is coming with him as well. So Mirabal's definite as far as anybody else, I don't really know.
That's his best friend.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said
And
that.
the
I'm
guy's
saying.
good too. He's not just the best. He's actually good at his job.
Well, and a lot of times too, when they hire an OC, they get the OC's input on offensive positional players.
Well, Mirabal's O line coach, and that has nothing to do with the. Well, I mean, like OC. That's who OC's getting as his own line coach, whoever the OC is. Brady, let's say.
Montreal say y'all just take stuff and run with it. It's funny that everything we took and ran with it came true. We've been telling you for months now, Montreal and all you FSU suckers. We've been telling y'all for the last couple months now that we're gonna get Mario Cristobal. Well, isn't he in the building now? I guess we could keep running with shit, right?
It's free to say I believe it.
100%.
It's free to say I believe it.
Something I wanted to put out before I forgot to do it. I just want to say I'm proud and happy to see AR10 back in the chat. I know that he had an emergency to deal with after halftime of the Georgia-Alabama game, and I'm glad that he had his little problem taken care of, and he was able to rejoin us again. And obviously he's gotten over. I believe he's gotten over Georgia losing. Sorry, I got something in my throat. My bad. All right. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing. Shot of penicillin and it cleared right up.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Georgia for choking as usual.
The funny part was we were talking about that the day before, and I told Sergeant Ayrton, I said, "Watch, Georgia's going to start losing, and you're going to disappear at halftime." And he was like, "No, that ain't going to happen." And then he disappeared at halftime. I was like, "Oh man, that was messed up." Not that I knew it was going to happen. I just thought it was funny. So
that's the worst feeling when you got to bow out early.
I get it though, man. Sometimes you just got to take that time to go cry in the car.
Hey, just think, guys. Just think, guys. We had to do that a lot. We had to do that a lot of bowing out by halftime. So,
hey, guys, real quick. As far as when you were talking about like the records, like the predictions for records and stuff. Hello.
What's your prediction?
Yeah. The thing about that, like, listen. I feel like let's not get into like, you know what I'm saying, like wins and losses like the first year, man. Because like I feel like just give this man a chance to work and like, you know what I'm saying, be patient and just like try to see what it looks like, you know what I'm saying, and try to see because like what I'm thinking is it's gonna be a lot of swing games. Like a lot of games are just like this year. It's gonna be a lot of close games. It could go one way, it could go the other way. It's not gonna change just like that. So it's gonna be a lot of games like that. But I'm not gonna put a cap on it. I mean, we might go. I ain't saying we want undefeated, but shit, like that's the cap for me. Like,
hey, if it happens, it happens. I ain't gonna say no to it. I just want to get there.
Here we go. More people coming in. Go to work, man. We got Joe Brady.
Yeah, I'm looking now. I'm trying to find something.
Yes, sir. I'm ready for that shit. I'm ready for that. I know y'all. I heard y'all being skeptical.
Most of the time when these stuff come out, the guys that everybody look to for credentials and this, that, and the third to put out their articles and stuff like that.
Mike
you gotta sit there and write their articles. Well, it don't take nothing for us to tweet it out, but 2 seconds.
Who y'all said? Who is coming from officially?
Supposedly Brady is going to be the new offensive coordinator.
I'm saying, who's reporting that? That's what I'm trying to say.
I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen anything officially put out there yet, but I'm not saying it's not happening. I haven't seen like University of Miami announce it.
It's just like certain guys, you know, you can't run with. Like if like they got Mike Ryan.
This is coming. This is coming from Footballville, Streeter.
I'm not knocking anybody. I'm not knocking anybody in their knowledge. I'm not saying anybody's false or nothing like that. I'm just saying that I haven't seen University of Miami announce it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not knocking anybody else.
My thing is, I thought y'all were saying that somebody was co-signing a Streeter, like somebody with a blue check.
I don't know if somebody was like clowning his account or something like that.
Right.
I don't know.
I hate to be that old guy that's out of touch with the younger generation, but what the fuck y'all talking about a blue check?
What I'm trying to say is that the certified person isn't coming from a good source. You know, who's that guy? Kim Bruce? I mean, you know, like the official guys, like
Gary Furman. You mean?
No, not Gary Furman.
Well, I'm just saying, if he reported something, most people would be like, I don't know, but you know.
Y'all ever heard of a guy by the name of Cameron Williams? Offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman. He's like super big kid. Apparently, he's interested in us too.
Yeah, he's from Texas.
Right, big kid.
You wouldn't have looked at us if Mario wasn't here. I'm just saying.
I'm not getting back on Manny again. He's gone. It's over with.
If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
Right.
What?
What? Hello?
Is that the one like if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle? So.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm in the same ballpark. I guess I'm old too now because I'm lost. I don't know what's going on.
Hey! This is 2021. How dare you assume somebody's gender?
Mario Cristobal is having an in-home visit with Earl Little.
Yeah, I heard something like that was going down. It could be interesting if we're able to pull a flip on that kid after everything that went down over the past few months. That would be freaking huge. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm interested to see what he can do between now and early signing day because I don't expect a lot of movement, but it will be real nice if we can, turn like 3 or 4 kids our way and really just, salvage something positive with that class and then hopefully put more stuff together in the portal and then on the regular signing day. But, see what happens.
It also depends on how many guys you've got on the roster. I mean, because of the COVID year, the roster is a little more bloated than normal.
Well, the NCAA, if I'm correct, they really want everybody to start getting back down to the normal 85-man limit. I don't know when the hard cap on that is supposed to take place, if it's this year or the next, but I know that that's kind of the plan. So that's why I said before that expect a lot of turnover because there's going to be guys that are going to have to go, A, because they're just seniors and they have to go, B, because they're just not going to cut it under Mario, and C, because of what's going on with the 85-man limit as far as what the NCAA wants to do. So there will be a lot of turnover. Expect that.
I mean, I think you're right, but that would have to be the NCAA would have to give them at least 4 years because everybody that was in college got that extra year.
Well, like I said, I don't know the time frame for how that's supposed to work out, but I know that that's what they want. They want to get past that already and get back to the way things were. So I know that that's in the works or being done now or whatever the case may be, but it's coming. So, did everybody leave?
Hello?
Maybe it's just our show.
I'm here.
It's just me and you, Bergie. We're running the show.
I didn't know if everybody left. I was like, damn, I'm sorry.
I'm actually gonna hang it up because I'm collecting a lot of information. So I'll probably be dropping a couple videos tomorrow.
All right, so if you're gonna end it now, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. Been on here for almost 3.5 hours. So
all right, man. Well, I appreciate y'all having me on. Let me talk my talk, and y'all be good, man. I'll catch y'all soon.
All right, catch you later, Bergie. All right. There you have it, folks. Mario Cristobal, new head coach of Miami. Joe Brady, offensive coordinator. More news coming. The team is out right now. They're all recruiting. They're all out visiting kids in home. Mario is already on the go, doing his thing. So, hey, hopefully we can flip Earl Little, get him to come to Miami. You know, the problem, Manny Diaz is no longer here. So we'll see. This class, I think we're ranked 55. We'll see how, Mario can turn this thing around within the short amount of time that he will have. But I got faith in him. Dude, literally one of the best recruiters out there. So we'll see how this thing goes, man. Anyways, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, good night, folks. And go Canes.